free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. With the Packers fully into off-season mode, they have officially dismissed defensive line coach Jason Rebrovich. He spent the last 3 seasons with the green and gold. In other coaching news, the Packers' defensive passing game coordinator, Derek Ainsley, has interviewed with the Atlanta Falcons for their vacant defensive coordinator position. You can stay up to date on all things green and gold right here on ESPN Madison or over at ESPNWisconsin.com. On to the NBA. The Milwaukee Bucks are back in action tonight as they host the 10-31 Toronto Raptors. The Bucks are currently 11.5-point favorites over at ESPN Bet if you partake. Tip-off for the Bucks and the Raptors is set for 7 o'clock. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30 right after Jim, Matt, and Molly, which starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me. I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
The thing about Jesse, as we all know, is Jesse's mostly about Jesse.
Yeah. Now, Jesse, here's my favorite part. Or not Jesse, Jason. My favorite part is that we beat Jesse Nelson.
I'll hang up right now.
Here's the thing. My hate is earned, not given.
You're like, what just happened?
Exactly. I was like, no way. How is this possible?
That's a mistake.
Who is this team?
I'm already tired, by the way. Just hearing all of this, I'm already tired and exhausted.
It was, it was a day.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison with Matt Hamilton alongside John Arias. Here's Jesse Nelson.
Well, what the heck kind of dream team is this that we've assembled? Friday afternoon on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, and we are live from Sconnie Bar down on Regent Street as we get set for Madison's newest professional sports team to make its home debut tonight at the UW Fieldhouse. Plenty more to come throughout the show today as we continue to talk about Love Madison Volleyball making its debut at the Fieldhouse 8 o'clock tonight. Again, get your tickets, still available. Come on out, experience the fun and the new team here in downtown Madison. I am not Jim Rutledge. I am Jesse Nelson. You typically know me as the producer of Wildy and Tausch, weekday mornings 9 to noon. Very well-produced show. And we've brought out all the stars for a special 2.5-hour edition of Jim, Matt, and Molly, sending you off into your MLK Day weekend. First of all, it is the Olympic gold medalist, Matt Hamilton.
Hello.
You're here. This is your show. Again,
this is my show.
Rare situation where Matt's the only one regularly on the show who's here. Usually it's the opposite. Yeah, usually it's totally the opposite. And because we're getting set for Love Madison Volleyball, we thought, well, we know Matt knows a lot about volleyball. He's very experienced from his recreational league in the sand.
Yep.
But just in case we need someone who might know a little bit more, the voice of Badger Volleyball, John Audius, is here with us too. John, how you doing?
I'm doing well. What's going on, guys?
So 2 of us are part of the Badger Volleyball radio network, and then there's Matt.
Yeah. He'll figure it out.
So naturally, what does Matt get to do today with Love Madison Volleyball? Tell everybody what you get to do tonight.
I am doing the equivalent of an opening pitch. I'm hitting the first serve.
Okay, so people call that the ceremonial first pitch, not the opening pitch. That's not really a thing.
Okay, well then
I'm just going to help you out here.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're a sports guy,
which is weird. I mean, I've thrown so many of them. You'd think I would know better at this point.
So Love Madison Volleyball is a brand new league making its home debut tonight. Lauren Carlini, Sarah Franklin, stars of collegiate volleyball, stars of Madison, stars of the Olympic teams are part of these teams that are now all around the country. Love Madison takes on the Salt Lake team tonight in the home opener, 8 o'clock first serve, and they thought, who could we get to do the ceremonial first serve for the very first match that we have, and they called you?
I was on the short list. It was me and Joe.
How did this happen? This happen?
Jesse, just to reminder, in addition to my 4th place finish at the Olympics in 22, I do happen to have a gold medal as well.
I do recall. I
could prove it. I did bring it. It's here.
The
they
gold
requested,
medal is in attendance at Sconnie Bar.
Yeah, they Love Madison requested I had that for my intro in case people didn't know, like you, or didn't remember.
Just in case
I could bust it out and be like, yeah, don't worry. You don't need to see my credentials. I brought my gold card.
Nice.
I think the big question is what are you doing on the opening? Are you going overhand? Are you going the old school elementary underhand serve? What are you doing?
This is a great question because there's I've thrown out a ceremonial first pitch. You're not the only cool one here.
Okay.
I've done it for the single A Peoria Chiefs.
Oh,
when I worked for
what an honor.
for Kiss FM in Peoria. I got to trot out there and on a thirsty Thursday throw out the ceremonial first pitch right down the pipe.
Really?
Right down the middle.
Madison Mallards over here.
Okay.
Did it once.
All right. So we've all thrown out a first pitch.
I bounced it about a foot in front of the plate.
Primetime Wollersheim back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Have you thrown out a first pitch before?
In the neighborhood wiffle ball league once or twice.
Nice.
Neighborhood football league.
They didn't ask me to. They didn't ask me to. I just showed up. I think I hit a 9-year-old in the head. It was a wiffle ball, so it was okay. They were okay. The ball.
They didn't have to go into concussion protocol.
No, I don't think so. Their mom yelled at me. So
fair enough.
So my dad, and I've mentioned on Wildy and Tausch many times, I don't know if you've heard, my dad was an usher at Van Miller Park, now American Family Field, for a very long time. And his advice, because he watched a very, very, very many ceremonial first pitches in his time, he said the key to the ceremonial first pitch, don't go all the way to the mound.
Yeah, and that's
Stay at the bottom of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible trope. If you're gonna live in that experience, and you're right, your chances of throwing a good pitch way better when you're at the same level the catcher is.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, if you have that opportunity, you want to be on the mound.
Well, I appreciated Usher George's advice. I stayed at the bottom of the mound, and I threw a fastball right down home plate, right in the strike zone.
Nice.
Couldn't ask for a better first
43
pitch.
mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle.
Four seam.
Unlike when I tried to kick a 33-yard field goal up in Titletown, that was a very fine athletic accomplishment by me when I threw out my first pitch. So, John, what was your technique when you threw out a ceremonial first pitch?
I think I stayed at the bottom of the bump as well.
And you still bounced it?
I still bounced it. Maybe I don't remember exactly where I stood, but I remember part of the advice was aim a little higher than you think. I think I must have been on the mound because, you come down and you don't anticipate it to go a little lower than you anticipate. So I tried to go higher, and obviously I didn't go high enough.
Didn't do so good. Okay, so Matt, this is not a ceremonial first pitch. You have experience doing that, but this is the ceremonial first serve for Love Madison Volleyball tonight at the Fieldhouse. 8 o'clock first serve. Love Madison and Salt Lake, the home opener for the brand-new team here at Love Madison Volleyball. What are you going to do?
So I play in 2 leagues in the summer. One of the leagues I play in is Rec Low, and it's mandatory underhand serve.
Okay.
And then the other league is intermediate 1, or basically the first intermediate league you can play in, and that you can serve overhand, and I normally serve overhand. I would prefer to serve overhand, so the plan is overhand serve.
Question from the voice of Badger Volleyball.
Overhand, you can do a standing float, a jump top spin.
I'm going to
hybrid. What are you doing?
I'm going to try and I normally try and give it a little top spin.
Okay.
But I'm not going to jump this time. I would in league, but I'm definitely not going to go for the jump serve.
Wait, you would do a jump top spin in your league?
Yes, I would try.
But you're a little nervous it might get away from you?
Well, honestly, with being the first serve of the first home game ever and the inaugural game for the league here as far as Madison's concerned, I can't put it in the net.
No, that's a good point.
I feel like it's got to at least get over. I'm not afraid of putting it out the back.
Okay.
Putting into the net would be devastating.
Yeah.
I wouldn't show up to work on Tuesday.
That's a really good point, actually. I want him to do the jump top spin, but if it's the very first serve.
It should be at least halfway decent is how I feel. And
that's a great point.
I can't underhand it because that's a cop-out.
Yeah.
And I will say, on the Olympic stage, I'm throwing a stone pretty comfortable. These opening pitches and now this opening serve, this is not my sport. Playing rec twice a week for, 15 weeks in the summer does not prepare you for a moment to do it in front of thousands of fans and put it in play. So it will be a little nerve-wracking, but I'm going to go with the overhand. I'm going to try and put a little top spin on it, but if I end up throwing about a little knuckler out there, I'm not going to be upset, but it will get over the net.
There it is.
All right.
Guaranteed it. Right
so, 844-770-3776 is the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. List is more. 844-770-3776. Matt Hamilton is
performing under the net.
Yep. You are doing the ceremonial first serve for the first match ever for Love Madison Volleyball tonight at the Fieldhouse. I would like for fans to offer any advice they may have for you, because although your recreational volleyball experience is good, we have the voice of Badger Volleyball here, and I think we have some others who may offer some advice for you as you endeavor here, because you're also an entertainer. I know you. You're
I'm going to ham it up.
He's going to ham it up when he's out on that floor tonight.
It's in my name.
And you know it's going to be a huge crowd tonight because it's the opener, first match ever. Everybody's going to be out to check it out. It's the biggest event happening in town this weekend. Like, you've got to come out and see what Matt Hamilton is going to do delivering the first serve tonight. So not only do I want fans to offer some advice for you on the text line, but also our Siding Unlimited poll question, overhand or underhand for Matt Hamilton
Well,
tonight.
I think the poll question should be in play or out of bounds.
Yeah, in or out.
A prediction?
A prediction.
I want to know what they want to see from you.
Well,
Because
everyone wants to see the overhand. Because,
ace or error. That should be the
ace or error. I like that. Because let's be real. No one's going to say underhand because people are going to want to see me fail. Like, it's more fun to watch someone crash and burn than it is to watch them just hit it over.
That is true. Okay,
Like, it's going to be more entertaining if I put it in the net. I think people would get I would be embarrassed. People would laugh. Our fans who know that I am a prideful person would not let me forget it. So I think we should just do ace or error.
Yeah, I think so too. Now, do you even get to warm up? I mean, I
have no idea.
Yeah, what's your process like here? That's great. Like, when's the national anthem? When are you doing it? Are there other special guests that are going to be introduced? When are the starting lineups?
I would want to get out there and have at least 5 tries. Just like, okay, I got this. Because go out there cold is pretty tough.
Fortunately, in rec volleyball, it's all cold. You get a little bit of warm up on your side, but you don't get to practice hitting it over. So again, all of my rec experience has prepared me for a cold overhand serve in this game, and I think it's going to go okay. I'm hoping that I don't embarrass myself biblically.
I don't think you will.
844-770-3776. Your advice for Matt Hamilton or your official prediction for what you expect to see from Matt Hamilton tonight. Ace or error is also going to be our Siding Unlimited poll question on Twitter at ESPN Madison and at Jim, Matt, and Molly. 844-770-3776. The Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Lists is more. Again, I did mention this is a special expanded edition of Jim, Matt, and Molly today. Matt, are you okay working 2.5 hours?
I mean, I expect to be I expect to be compensated handsomely, but
a half a Coors Light extra will get coming your way here at Sconnie Bar. Come on out and join us. This is where the big pre-party is going on for all the fans who are going to experience the very first Love Madison volleyball match in downtown Madison. They're playing at the Fieldhouse tonight. Some of the matches later in the season going to be over at the Alliant Energy Center. Both are the home courts for Love Madison throughout the course of this season. So, again, whenever you check out the schedule, just make sure you know which place you're going to. But this is really exciting.
January 29th, first Alliant Energy game, and it's the rest of the season at Alliant.
There you go.
The first 3 games are at the Fieldhouse. 17th, 18th, and 19th. Or 18th again.
You almost impressed me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wow, that's really knowledgeable. You did some preparation.
I did.
To learn all about
I put
that
the sign up that
square.
had the schedule.
And then I realized you are not actually looking at me in the eyes. You are looking over my shoulder where the schedule is posted directly behind me on the wall here at Sconnie Bar.
That's his
I expertly placed that sign there so I could do exactly this. So thanks for setting it up. You fell for the trap, and I was able to execute. So well done, Jesse. And if you're looking forward to a game, you got here at the Fieldhouse until the 18th, and then June 29th for the rest of the season. It's at the Alliant Energy Center.
June 29th.
And by June, I mean January.
Yes.
So I might take the final half hour off, and you guys might be doing this on your own today with the expanded edition until 6:30 tonight. Special guests scheduled to appear coming up throughout the rest of this hour, including Jason Wilde, talking Packers. He was at Brian Gutekunst's season-ending press conference yesterday where the Packers GM had plenty to say. We're going to get into that. I'm going to let you guys and the Jim, Matt, and Molly nation tuning in here on a Friday afternoon ridicule me for cheering on the Detroit Lions in the playoffs this weekend. We'll definitely get to that coming up. John and I have yet to share our true thoughts yet on Bob Uecker's passing yesterday, so we'll get to all of that coming up on a very special 2.5-hour expanded edition of Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light. Matt Hamilton, I can't think of a better way to start it all off than you telling us about Metcalf's Market.
Well, I'm definitely excited about hitting this first serve. I'm always excited about Metcalf's Market because there is thousands of deals and ways for me to save money every single day. I'm a Metcalf's Rewards member. That's how I know that I'm getting the best deals available. The best part about Metcalf's Market, Jesse, is they've got a fantastic produce section. Like, I will buy lettuce, and instead of it being like brown and wilted the next day, it lasts for me. Fantastic produce. They've got an amazing cheese selection. The liquor selection is second to none, and I would be remiss if I did not talk about the Piedmontese Italian heritage breed beef that they sell out there. It is certified Italian Piedmontese beef. It's so good, so tender. Go out there, check it out. Get this stuff for yourself. Go to Metcalf's Market at Hilldale, West Town Mall, or in Wauwatosa. Go to Metcalf's Market and bring local home.
I always love when you shout out Wauwatosa compared to the other two locations. It's like if you make a wrong turn, you can still find it in Tosa. Don't worry about it. Metcalf's Market. Again, Matt tells you all about them all the time. They're fantastic. And we are looking forward to the next 2.5 hours here. Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light, counting down to first serve for Love Madison Volleyball at the Fieldhouse tonight. Love Madison and Salt Lake squaring off 8 o'clock first serve, but be in your seats by, 7:45? So you can see Matt Hamilton's first serve pregame. So make sure you're out early and come on out and join the party early with us at Sconnie Bar, the official pregame location tonight for Love Madison Volleyball. Come on out, get some swag, and enjoy your time. A Coors Light or two, perhaps, to help get you ready for tonight's match. More straight ahead. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Shop can't miss deals going on now during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. For a limited time, get a free adjustable stand when you buy a DeWalt 12-inch miter saw. That's a $229 value. Plus, save $680 on a Midea 4-piece kitchen appliance suite, now just $17.96. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 1/13 through 1/24. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. While supplies last. See store or Lowes.com for more details and qualifying items.
Something amazing is happening in networking. Organizations are scaling with less stress. That's because CDW is designing and implementing intelligent HPE Aruba networking solutions that simplify and secure operations. With automation at the center of your data center, growing pains can be a thing of the past. HPE Aruba Networking and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Aruba.
Outside in. That's what we call our Siding Unlimited showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. All the stuff defending the outside of your home against Wisconsin's weather displayed inside. Many siding options and colors, plus full display of Pella windows and patio doors, and roofing too. Wisconsin's own Siding Unlimited, 4-time National Pella Platinum Premier Contractor of the Year, and proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, awaits you inside our showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. SidingUnlimited.com.
It's new year, new deals at Metro Ford of Madison. With 204 new vehicles in stock, Metro Ford is your home for the best selection and the biggest savings of 2025. Enjoy the 2024 Ford Escape with 1.9% APR for 66 months, $15.97 per thousand borrowed. Or get the future of driving with the 2024 Ford Mach-E at 0% APR financing for 72 months. But hurry, these deals end February 3rd. Visit Metro Ford in person or online at metrofordofmadison.com and drive off in the new Ford of your dreams today.
When you've been seriously injured, you need a trusted team on your side. Gruber Law Offices is available 24/7 and will even come to you. Your first call is free. Your first visit is free. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I would love to play court on Mr. Irrelevant.
What do you mean play court? You want a mock trial?
Yeah, mock trial. Yeah.
Who's on trial for what?
Me.
For being a dumbass?
Yeah, right.
Well, guilty. I solved it.
Yeah. Just start playing back old shows.
Yeah, the evidence is monumentous.
Mr. Irrelevant, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Purchase your tickets, grab some friends, and get to the Sylvie on Monday, February 24th for Andy North Trivia Night, presented by Exact Sciences. Enjoy a fun and inspiring evening of trivia, music, food, and refreshments while helping to raise money for UW Carbone Cancer Center. This fun and inspiring event is hosted by Andy North, and in addition to the trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Doors open at 6 p.m. Visit AndyNorthandFriends.com to buy your tickets. Past year's events have sold out quickly, so get your tickets today.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
When I jumped off, I had a bucket full of thoughts. When I first jumped off, I held that bucket.
Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light. When the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush. Coors Light.
No Jim Rutledge today. Molly Brown continues to be out with babies, as we
like to say. Yep.
She gave birth to twins just a couple of weeks ago, and we congratulate her once again on that. I haven't been on the show.
Just
to say
getting
that to her.
absolutely crushed in attendance by me right now.
So today, it's Jesse Nelson, it's the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton, it's the voice of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball John Arias, and it is our pleasure to now be joined by the president of the Love Volleyball Pro League, Rosie Spalding. Rosie, thank you so much for stopping by and taking the time to join us today. How are you?
So excited. Thank you so much for having me.
We cannot wait to see Love Madison Volleyball take center stage tonight at the UW Fieldhouse and launch this brand new adventure here in downtown Madison. How excited are you not only to launch this league in Madison, but all around the country over the last couple of weeks?
Oh, it's just awesome. Honestly, we've been planning this with a lot of intentionality for a number of years, and it just feels so excited to be in this major milestone now of getting us off the ground and to be playing here in Madison tonight.
Madison, why Madison? Why did you want to bring a franchise here?
The history here is so rich in volleyball. The Badgers are obviously huge in volleyball, and we've got our club, Madtown Juniors, and then a number of other clubs that we're a youth to pro, the first youth to pro ecosystem launch league. So we have actually 5 junior volleyball clubs within driving distance of this venue, and which just made so much sense for us. It was a no-brainer.
How's traveling been these last couple weeks with the launch of this new league? Have you just not spent any time in your own bed?
It's been quite a trip, yeah. Incredible, though. But, yeah, it's been a lot on the road, yeah.
Have you found, where's been one of the cool, let's say outside of Madison, because let's be real, Madison is great. Where's been your favorite locale so far?
Tough to put a pin on it. Atlanta was amazing because that was our first. The first match is always going to be really special. The crowds in Houston and Austin have also been outstanding. Also, big volleyball crowd down in Texas, and we've had a really good turnout both nights. So it's just been really fantastic to just see the energy in these arenas, and the Fieldhouse, I'm sure, is not going to disappoint either.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic tonight. Rosie Spalding, the president of the Love Pro League, joining us here at Sconnie Bar. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Jesse Nelson, Matt Hamilton, John Arias, as we get set for the first home match for Love Madison Volleyball tonight. Rosie, it's so exciting to see so many new opportunities for so many professional athletes in the United States here this year. What has it meant to you to help be at the forefront of allowing these opportunities to exist and to grow women's sports?
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're here, first and foremost, to provide opportunities to women through the sport of volleyball. So it's super meaningful. We first met with a number of our athletes back in 2020 to start building this league, and they've been with us every step of the way and really had a seat at the table in informing every decision we've made. So it feels super meaningful, and to bring the likes of Lauren Carlini, who's in Paris this year, to Sarah Franklin, who's just come off a really strong season, and her time at the Badgers, it's amazing to bring these hometown heroes. Yeah.
You mentioned 2020. We're in
Yeah.
2025. You talked about here at the start the years of getting ready for this.
Yeah.
How long has this concept of a volleyball league, when did it first start? When did you get involved? And really, how long have you been waiting for this moment?
Yes, the idea was born in 2019, this huge opportunity that we saw, and in 2020 we started really making progress, and we very intentionally wanted to build this youth ecosystem first.
Yeah.
So first off, we went out and grew our youth community. We're now over 60 clubs, more than 23 states at this point. So that was the first step. The second step was starting to work on pro, and we've been full steam ahead with that the last couple of years. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. We're so ready to be here, and we're really here to make volleyball a major league sport. We know that's going to take time. It's not going to happen in year one, but this is a very significant moment for us to be getting off the ground.
What's your background with volleyball? Did you play? Any accolades or anything like that?
My background is deep in sports. You can probably tell from my accent.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't come from a big volleyball place, but I've worked on Super Bowls, Olympics. I've got leagues off the ground in my past, so many different sports, many different parts of the world. And I just think this opportunity for women's sports at the moment, and your volleyball is so poised to really own that. And take this moment and run with it, and it's just so excited to be here.
I mean, it's one of my favorite sports to watch during the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like the beach, even and indoor as well. Like incredible athletes doing things that I couldn't even dream of doing on my Thursday rec league that I play here in town.
I was going to say, Matt's background isn't really in volleyball either, but he's doing the first serve tonight before the match as it gets started. Yes. So we've got one gold medalist doing the first serve. Any advice for Matt as he gets out there on the floor? It is in the center stage to help launch Love Madison Volleyball.
Get it over the net.
Here's the question:
overhand
or underhand?
Telling you that.
Overhand or underhand?
Ooh. I think you've got to go over, haven't you?
That's what I think, too.
Yeah.
The president of the league's telling you.
All right, so our poll question, our Siding Unlimited poll question is ace or error on my first serve. I want you to give us a prediction.
I've got solid confidence.
All right, I mean, if I can ace 0 opponents, I will still be thrilled.
Right? Yeah. Very possible.
I mean, you've got the nerves. You've been in special moments before. Right?
That's true. I've played sport in front of a lot of people before, but it tends to be the one that I practice all the time, day in and day out.
A little different.
A little different here.
Yeah.
But I'm confident that my athleticism will pull me through here.
Well, now she knows who you are, so don't embarrass yourself.
I do have one more question on that. Have you seen many? Is it common to do like a ceremonial first serve so far?
This is a new thing for volleyball. We're excited to be bringing it.
You're a trailblazer. Then.
Yeah,
so
the other the Atlanta game, they didn't.
No, okay, we did. Yeah,
they had one,
yes,
and they were getting them over.
Yes, so there's a new thing with our league.
Mm-hmm.
We have had a couple so far. Yeah.
So, has anybody errored yet? Oh gosh!
Oh no!
Oh no! Thanks.
You could be the first.
There's always a first time.
Maybe it'd be you can be either infamous or famous, right? And either way, you'll be talking about it.
If you just aim for the end line, it's going to have enough, I think, to get over.
Yeah. I'm not worried about not having the juice. I think I'm going to be a little too excited. I'm worried about rocketing it. Yeah.
That's true.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Jesse Nelson, the Olympic gold medalist. Matt Hamilton, the voice of Badger Volleyball. John Arias, and we are joined by Love Volleyball president of the Pro League, Rosie Spalding, here at Sconnie Bar as we get set. This is the official pregame party tonight for Love Madison Volleyball and its inaugural home match, hosting Salt Lake tonight. Rosie, one of the exciting things about Love Madison and Love Volleyball in general this year is it's actually not the only professional league that's launching this year. So one thing I wanted to ask is, it's really exciting that this is brand new and this league is launching. What's next with different leagues popping up around the country and the opportunities that exist for professional athletes and how this sport continues to grow and evolve?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think what's tremendous is just that like you said, like the array of opportunities now for women to play professionally in the U.S., which you haven't had before. I think for us, we're just very focused on bringing the highest level of the sport to this country. And I, personally, one reinforcing moment for me was coming straight off the Final Four, going to Europe on a recruiting trip and seeing the highest level played there and the massive difference. So I'm so excited to be bringing that level to the US through our league. We've got 10 out of 12 of the Olympic roster on our team. We've got outstanding players from across the country and from other countries, and then also the best of the best joining us from college, including Sarah Franklin. So
that's so cool. John?
Well, that's what I was going to ask is I think the way Love has acquired talent is so unique, right? You mentioned all the Olympic players that are on different rosters throughout. And then also, like here in Madison, Badgers fans get to watch, a four-time All-American in Lauren Carlini and the two-time Big Ten and National Player of the Year, Sarah Franklin. So I like the way that the player acquisition is happening in Love.
And it's, we're as much about building this league as we are about building the eminence of these women. And so it's really important for us to, the quality of the game, the quality of the sport that we put on the court, and to really take care of these women and make sure they have everything they need. It's not just about salaries, it's about this sort of 360-degree care that, they're employees of the league year-round. They're taken care of. And then it's also just connecting stories, right? So Sarah and Lauren, no-brainers, like just to bring people home to where they can play professionally. They haven't been able to do that before. And, connecting the history that they have and the fan base that they have and building off that to sort of launch them into a new level of fandom.
So moving forward, is there a draft based on finish in the season, or how is that going to work, bringing in new players for future seasons?
So not yet, because right now we're a single entity, league owned and operated. That will change in the future, I'm sure. But right now we don't have a draft, so it's the league drafting in athletes and just making sure that we have the best talent across the board and making sure it's equitable play.
What does success look like in year one? Because it's difficult to measure that for a startup league and starting for the first time, and you mentioned what some of the challenges may be. So what does success look like this year for you?
Yeah, I think for us it's just that outstanding level of play on the court. It's educating fans, bringing new fans, filling our right-sized arenas. And it's working on our media product, the broadcast product, but also the content we're serving up in the short form side and making that really strong. And just testing and learning as well. Like not everything is going to be perfect right at the gate. We know that, and we have that opportunity to test things and learn, refine as we go. And like I said, it's been we've been working on this for a while, but in many ways it's the first step to what our goal of making volleyball a major league sport, which will happen over years.
Rosie Spalding, president of Love's Pro League, Love Madison Volleyball. First serve tonight at 8 o'clock. Well, get there a little early to see Matt Hamilton's first serve before we get started. Rosie, thank you so much for taking the time here and joining us today at Sconnie Bar. I know it's a very frantic, busy day for you, getting excited for this match tonight and for everything that's gone into the start of this league. We really appreciate all that you do, and best of luck this season, not just tonight with this league.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity. It's great to meet you all.
Yeah,
awesome. Thank you so much. Rosie Spalding, Love Volleyball and Love Madison. First serve tonight with Salt Lake, 8 o'clock at the UW Fieldhouse. Jason Wilde, talking Green Bay Packers, scheduled to appear coming up next with us here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. As we go to break, Jim Rutledge tells us about Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers is Madison's family-owned and Madison's custom jeweler. Whether you go to the Madison or Middleton location, you're going to run into either Garrett, Devin, Ruth, or Scott Chalmers, and you're going to have an opportunity to work with one of their great custom jewelers. Their stunning jewelry never fails to impress, better yet, it's custom. So whether you want to treat someone special in your life or treat yourself, go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison or in Middleton.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Ordering pizza for game day can be a tough call to make. Do you get a pizza or are you craving some wings? At Pizza Hut, there's only one right answer. Get both. Introducing Pizza Hut's original stuffed crust and wings bundle. Get a large one-topping stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings with 2 sauces for only $19.99. An unbeatable value that can feed the whole crew. Perfect for game days, family nights, or any gathering. Order on the app or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
It's the 2024 model closeout sale at Zimbrick Chevrolet Sun Prairie. Save $10,000 on a 24 Silverado RST Crew Cab 4x4. Save $2,000 on a 24 Chevy Trax LT, and save $12,500 on a 24 Silverado LV with 0.9% APR available. Plus, save $11,500 on a 24 Blazer EV RS. Hurry, these closeout deals won't last for long. Visit Zimbrick Chevrolet Sun Prairie and ZimbrickChevrolet.com for details. Offers end January 31st.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Jason, quick
You
question.
are one of one.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Help me understand a little bit more clearly what you're asking.
Did you ever hear it called Don't Go Jason Waterfalls?
Is this Matt Hamilton?
So I kind of just thought of this question on the spot. So it needs to be workshopped a little. I'm not going to lie.
That's the same as Matt.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that?
Jason Wilde joins Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light Live from Sconnie Bar as we get set for Love Madison Volleyball. First serve tonight for the inaugural home match. Love Madison and Salt Lake, 8 o'clock. By the way, if you can't make it out tonight, you can watch it. It's televised on ESPNU nationally. So maybe Jason Wilde, wherever he may be across the state of Wisconsin, will be able to catch that tonight. Jason, good afternoon. Jesse Nelson, Matt Hamilton, John Arias with you from Sconnie Bar on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Matt Hamilton is doing the ceremonial first serve tonight for Love Madison in their inaugural home match. Any tips for Matt Hamilton tonight as he gets set for that prestigious honor?
Treat it with the same focus and vigor that you deliver when you're competing at the Olympics, and everything will be fine.
That is actually sound advice. I was expecting something smart. Like, that was legit. I expected, like,
also,
Jason.
wait to have a Coors Light until afterwards.
Yeah, fair enough. I might be a little too late on that. Jason, so we're asking ace or error on this opening inaugural serve.
Oh, I think I don't know. I'm learning a lot about volleyball again after covering the Badgers early in my career, because now Sid is playing club volleyball, and I'm learning about the serving zones. I don't think you should get bogged down in figuring out which zone you're aiming for. I don't think Lauren Carlini is going to come by and tell you to aim for zone 2. I think just get it in. I think you'll be fine. Sid, are there any keys to an accurate serve for Matt Hamilton?
I think just solid hand contact, just really focus on that, keeping that hand flat, and just, boom, center of the ball. And I think you'll be good.
Yeah, I think you're right. What does Sydney have to say?
Sydney's saying that it depends how fancy schmancy you want to get in terms of how you're going to turn the angle of your hand, create some backspin or some
top spin, for sure.
A top spin, or I love the knuckleball serve. I don't know what that's called. A float serve, I'm being told by sources close to my desk. So you, again, just get the ball in, and the crowd will go wild.
All right, Jason, we're going to try and go rapid-fire Packers with you in the limited time we have. We appreciate you joining us. Jesse Nelson, Matt Hamilton, John Arias, Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. All right, let's start with this. Jeff Hafley interviewed for the Jets head coaching job. Is he going to get it?
No. They also interviewed, I think he was the 14th guy to interview. They since have interviewed someone else in addition. So, no, I mean, I think it's great experience for him. I think he's earned the opportunity to be interviewed for head coaching jobs, but I think we're away from that, and maybe that's just my my desire to have him continue to be the Packers defensive coordinator. But Josh McCown just interviewed, so now they're up to 15 interviewees. So no, I think the fact that they fired Jason Rebrovich, their defensive line coach, and they're already interviewing a replacement, leads me to believe that they're expecting Jeff Hafley to be back, and that Jeff Hafley's expecting to be back as well.
So, Jason, I believe Goody had spoken in the last couple days.
It was yesterday. Yes.
What stood out most to you with anything he had to say about the season, or maybe going forward?
How much water does that bottle hold that you got sitting in front of you? Is that 96 ounces?
That's got to
no.
be
It's talking about yours. You do understand that, right?
Yeah, it's
40
ounce.
Bottle
It's a 40-ounce water bottle. Hydration is key to athletics.
There's no way that's only 40.
That's what it says right on the bottom.
40 ouncer. Okay. Oh. All right. So you guys are you're like Dirty Dancing. It's nobody puts Matty Hamilton in the corner.
Yeah. Plus, I'm the star of the show, so I had to be front and center.
No problem. I'm glad you're. The great part is, like Tausch does during our show when he's in Milwaukee and he's on delay, he gets very confused then because I'm watching you. You're picking up the water bottle now, which in real time you've already set it back down, and it's very confusing. I can see why Tausch struggles with that. What was your question about what Goody said yesterday again?
What stood out most to you about what he had to say about the season, or maybe about the upcoming season, or plans for the future?
Yeah. So the last question of the press conference was asked by a very long-winded veteran beat writer who can certainly rub some people the wrong way and is easily distracted by the YouTube stream.
When Domofsky does that.
No kidding. And his answer, I thought, was really, really interesting. I think Tausch did too when we talked about it briefly this morning. And that was the fact that he basically said that they need to ramp up their sense of urgency. The line that he had that really stuck with me, these opportunities don't come often. The life of a player in the National Football League is not very long. We've got a bunch of good guys in that locker room. We've got a bunch of talented guys in that locker room. And I think it's time we started competing for championships. I think they're ready. And what that tells me is he feels like with a lot of young guys, there's a mentality of, all right, well, there's always next year. We're early in our careers. We'll get our opportunity eventually. It didn't work out this year. And I think he wants them to feel a greater sense of these opportunities aren't guaranteed. Just because they should be better next year doesn't necessarily mean that they will be or that they'll be healthy enough to go on a playoff run. So I think he's disappointed that they've been in position, even as a 7 seed, and they failed to get it done each of the 2 years they made the playoffs here.
Does that also mean, Jason, that free agency, like, go all in? Like, if we're here to win championships, maybe it means a bigger urgency in free agency. And if that's the case, what do you think the number one priority should be?
Yeah, that's a great question, John. And look, let's be honest. We know you're a born and bred Vikings fan, and there's some uncertainty in this division, and the Packers could end up having an opportunity here, right? We don't know. The Vikings had a magnificent season. We certainly saw what Sam Darnold did in the last 2 games, though, and that leads to all kinds of questions about who your quarterback is going to be, right? Mm-hmm. You look at the Lions, and, I expect them, and I know Jesse's rooting for them, to be in the Super Bowl, but they're probably going to lose one, if not both, of their coordinators. So is Dan Campbell as great of a coach if he doesn't have Ben Johnson and he doesn't have Aaron Glenn? So there's, they obviously have great talent there too, but it'll be interesting to see. And what if they make the Super Bowl and lose? We know there's always seemingly a hangover after you lose a Super Bowl. So if you're the Packers, you're saying, okay, we finished behind these 2 teams. We don't think there's a big gap. What can we do to close whatever gap there is? And, they can hope that someone at wide receiver rises up to be a number 1 caliber guy, or they can go get one. They can hope that Keyshawn Nixon is a capable CB1 since he proclaimed himself to be one, or maybe they go out and get one. So I think it'll be interesting to see what route they go, but those 2 are positions of need. And then, I don't think firing your defensive line coach necessarily means that all is resolved up front, where Kenny Clark was a disappointment, Rashawn Gary was a disappointment, Lucas Van Ness was a disappointment. They traded Preston Smith. He was such a disappointment, and then he wasn't even active for the Steelers for their playoff game. So they clearly need an infusion of ability there as well. So they've got lots of needs for a team that won a lot of football games. They got a lot of possibilities they can go in free agency and in the draft.
Jason, real quick before you go, in and out of the gymnastics meet that you're attending this weekend, there are 4 divisional round playoff games happening. Which one is most compelling to you, and which one do you not care if you see one play of?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm certainly interested in the Lions game and the Bills game. I mean, the Bills-Ravens game, I would think, is probably number 1 on the list. I do think the Lions are going to beat the Commanders, but I think you and I, as much it pains me to say it, are on the same page. I want Buffalo, Detroit in the Super Bowl. I want the team that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row against the team that's never been in the Super Bowl. That is compelling to me as a storyteller who roots for the story. So that's what I'm on board for. Now, I will admit that we're going to go to the UW Eau Claire gymnastics meet tonight before the girls compete tomorrow. So I think I'll be back in time to catch the Salt Lake Madison game that you guys are going to be at the field house. So that's even more compelling to me, especially with a volleyball player in my midst.
Love it. ESPNU, 8 o'clock tonight. You'll be able to watch Jason Wilde. Thank you so much for sharing the time with us, Jason. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up back with you on Tuesday.
All right, when Paula yells at me, I'm just going to give her your number and have her call you get after you for that extra question.
That's
okay,
fine.
Jesse?
Her and the YouTube dwellers, they can all get after it, or after me, I should say.
And probably Becca. All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, very well-produced show he hosts, by the way, Wilde and Tausch, weekday mornings, 9 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin. Takes his time to join us here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. We're at Sconnie Bar as we get set for Love Madison Volleyball, the inaugural home match at the UW Fieldhouse tonight, 8 o'clock first serve. Actually, just before that, when the real match first serve takes place, Matt Hamilton will be delivering the ceremonial first serve. So get there early. Get there so early, in fact, that you actually come here to Sconnie Bar and join us first. We're on the air till 6:30 tonight. Come on out. Enjoy the pregame party. This is the official pre-party destination before heading over to the Fieldhouse tonight to cheer on Love Madison Volleyball in their first ever home match here in downtown Madison. Coming up next, we're going to talk a little bit about the passing of Bob Uecker yesterday. John and I have yet to share our official thoughts on that. We'll get to that straight ahead. Still plenty more to get to all show long, including me being ridiculed as now being a Lions fan. Can't believe that's how I've been painted over the last week, including nationally. We're all going to do that. Still coming up. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Milestone for Coach. Greg Gard collecting his 200th career win Tuesday in a 70-68 dub over Ohio State. The Badger head coach on why it takes more than just one person to climb that mountain. Audio courtesy Badger Athletics.
I've had terrific players, terrific coaches with me. I got a phenomenal staff right now. You divide this up, and it's a lot of hard work by a lot of people, a lot of hours that go unseen and unnoticed to have a opportunity to help a program be successful.
Wisconsin travels to USC for a Saturday afternoon showdown.
Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at PellaWI.com.
How good would it feel to start the new year by losing those unwanted pounds? At Madison Weight Loss, our Metabolic Reset program can help you finally lose those pounds without all the stress and frustration of trying to figure it out on your own. The secret is our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. Learn how our clients on average lowered their metabolic age by 17 years. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation and learn why your metabolism may be sabotaging your goals.
Hi, it's Jesse Nelson. Struggling to find a weight loss program that really works for you? I was, until I found Madison Weight Loss. In 60 days, I was able to drop 40 pounds simply by changing my diet.
Now is the time to end the cycle of weight gain and frustration without packaged food or injections. You could lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 60 days and have the tools to keep it off long term. You can do the program in person or virtually from anywhere you live. Schedule your free consultation now at MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? HIMS can help. Get started at hims.com/joy. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. Every day, ZipRecruiter helps people who are actively looking for jobs like yours, so it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Streaks on the china never mattered before. Who cared when you drop kicked your jacket as you came through the door? No one glared, but sometimes things get turned around and no one spared. All hands look out below. There's a change in the status quo. Gonna need all the help that
Matt Hamilton, do you know what this song is?
Fish.
No, it's the team song.
I can't hear it. It's Phish Friday.
He's dialed in for that first serve tonight, folks. It is the theme song to Mr. Belvedere. Bob Uecker. That's a primetime Wollersheim special bringing us back here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light at Sconnie Bar, downtown on Regent Street, the official site of the pregame party, getting you set for the inaugural home match. Love Madison Volleyball tonight takes on Salt Lake. 8 o'clock first serve. Matt Hamilton, the ceremonial first serve. Somehow he was, of all the people in Madison and in Wisconsin, they selected you to be the one who does the first serve tonight for the inaugural
You
home
seem
match.
so surprised.
I am. That's like, I am.
They must have scouted me a little bit at leagues on Thursdays. Checked it out. They're like, this guy's got some chops. He's an Olympic gold medalist. We're just trying to let two worlds collide in winter sport and summer sport.
That's exactly what's happening.
That's exactly what
That's just good marketing, Jesse.
You guys did spend we'll talk plenty more about Matt Hamilton's first serve. You're getting crushed in the poll, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll talk plenty more about that as we count down to first serve, which is at 8 o'clock tonight. We're with you till 6:30, special expanded edition until 6:30 tonight, taking you up until the Bucks and the Toronto Raptors. Pregame coverage starts on the Bucks Radio Network here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Yesterday, the tragic passing of baseball and entertainment legend Bob Uecker. John Arias, you and I haven't really had the platform yet to share our thoughts on the tragic passing of Bob Uecker at 90 years old. A legend in the business, a titan of the industry, some could say. He's just our guy, Bob, and it's not going to be the same without him.
I think that's it. It's not going to be the same. You know, I think it's very rare that I react audibly to something I see on my phone or television, but when I saw that yesterday, I was like, no. Because obviously he's 90 years old, and you kind of got to, down the stretch here, you're thinking, you just got to, really value the time you had with Bob, listening to him. And things aren't going to be the same. It's going to be different. I think I heard a clip from Jim Rutledge on this show talking about basically, when you hear him, the seasons are changing. And that, when it's starting to warm up and it's, in spring, and you turn on the radio and you hear Bob Uecker, it's different. That it's a signal that everything's different. Times are changing. We're moving into the next season, and it's going to be a bummer not being able to hear him anymore because, his voice was Brewers base, was the Milwaukee Brewers, not just the baseball team, but the city, it's the state, everything. So I was very saddened, just like I think everybody else, to hear that. And just from a broadcasting perspective, man, he could teach you so many things about how to be a great broadcaster, and not just with the X's and O's, but like I think also Jim said, you listen just to hear what else he had to say. Just saddened to hear it, and I've had a tweet years ago, just listening to Bob, and this is one of the many thousands of things that he said. I think Ryan has it, but. And I thought it was really funny at the time when I was listening. I wanted to share it with everybody. But there was a time when the Brewers were in Pittsburgh. This was several years ago. Ryan, do you have the tweet that I tweeted out? What year was this?
So I looked. This is from back in April 18th of 2014. So this is probably one of the first games of the year. Yeah, over a decade ago, yes. And this is Bob Uecker. You tweeted during last night's Brewers broadcast, "Our vantage point here is about as high as you can get without smoking something."
I remember hearing that and just like, that is hilarious. But that was Bob. He would always make you laugh, and it was. Things aren't going to be the same. It stinks.
And for me, as a lifelong Brewers fan, I don't remember the first time I heard Bob Uecker. I was probably in first or second grade, driving around in a car with my dad, maybe even before that. what I remember are the memories around listening to Bob Uecker and what it means for family and for growth over my personal life. Like, I remember first learning about baseball and going to games with my dad when he started being an usher there, but also just driving around listening to a day game during the summer when we're off of school and we're driving around going to the store or whatever it is, and let's turn Uecker on, and you're having a laugh and listening to the game and asking my dad, what does that mean? What does this mean? And then eventually over time I get to drive myself when I'm an umpire in Little League, and I'm not able to catch the game because I'm umpiring our own game, but I get in the car at 8:15, 8:30 at night, it's the 5th, 6th inning, and I turn on Bob Uecker, and I'm driving home listening to him, and he's catching me up on what's going on in that game. And it's really where I developed my fandom for the team during that 2008 season when they made the playoffs and all those memories that came with it. Then going to college, driving down to Peoria, Illinois, 4-hour car ride. I loved designing the trip around when I could turn the Brewers radio network on and listen to the game, because you could pick up 620 WTMJ all the way down to Peoria, Illinois. And so driving to college, whether it's coming out of spring break or going back for the start of a year, or the first time I ever went to college and was on my own listening to the Brewers games on the way heading down into Illinois and all the way down to Peoria. And then, of course, as I move on my own and I move into my own apartment in Beaver Dam, and over the period of time when family members pass and the memories, just you start to realize, as I'm driving to work, I'm designing, when I first worked here in Madison, designing on opening day how to make sure I was driving into the office at the time of first pitch, because I didn't know how many more first pitches Bob Uecker would have. Sure. Turned out he had quite a few more in him. Every year I thought it might be it. And it doesn't make it any easier to know that he was 90 years old and to find out that his health had been ailing him the last couple of years. I think we all knew this would come, but it still isn't any easier when it happens, because it's not just the baseball, it's not just his personality, it's every other memory that's inspired just by hearing his voice and just by saying 1 and 2 on Gomez. It brings up so much more emotion than just baseball, and that's what I'll miss about Bob Uecker.
Did you guys ever meet him?
I did not.
I was too scared to say hi to him.
Me too.
I was in the press box at American Family Field. This was a handful of years ago. I think I was an intern with ESPN Milwaukee, so this was well over a decade ago. And I was walking past it. I was trying to peek into the booth, and then he'd walk around the corner, and whether he was getting a note sheet or coming up from an interview, whatever it was, he'd walk by. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Bob Uecker. I couldn't bring myself to say anything.
No, same thing.
But I know if I would have, all the stories we heard yesterday and rolling out still today, if you would have said something to him, he would have had something to say back, and he would have loved it. You just know it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I remember going to Brewers games and covering Brewers games, and you'd see Bob Uecker. And I'd get so nervous, just like you, but I'd be like, Bob Uecker. Oh, my gosh, Bob Uecker just walked by. Bob Uecker got a soda. Bob Uecker went and picked up some food. And it was just so cool just to see him, Or, every time you go to a Brewers game, you just kind of look back at the press box. You try to see where Bob's doing the game, and you just get to look at him. And that was enough sometimes.
A couple of times when I was a kid and I got to walk out in the tunnel underneath the stadium with my dad after he was done being an usher, we'd go down there and he'd say, hey, that's where Bob parks his car. He gets to park it under the stadium because he gets to park right in the front row. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but that's awesome. Matt, what stood out to you yesterday and as the tributes poured in and as fans reacted and you and Jim on this show having your conversation? What stood out to you now 24 hours later?
Well, I mean, obviously, you knew he was a legend, but you don't realize how big a legend until they're gone, right? And one of the things for me that I found funny is I kept checking in on Twitter to see what the statue was looking like, because I remember the first shot was just like one 24-ounce can of Miller Lite, and then all of a sudden there was essentially a tailgate down there and people celebrating Bob, and that was really cool. If I lived any closer to Milwaukee, I think I would have went down there and cracked one and enjoyed it. Yeah, man, the memories, like I was saying yesterday for me, Dad pointed out that when we were watching Major League that he was born in Wisconsin, and he's not an actor. That's the Brewers broadcaster, and that was, as a huge homer that I am, I was like, oh, he's from Wisconsin. Like, that is the coolest thing in the world. And that was one of my core memories, watching Wild Thing, throw one behind the batter, and hearing Bob go, just a bit outside.
Oh, classic line. All-time line.
Yeah. 12 in a row.
Movie, really.
12 in a row. And it's like, I can't believe these batters aren't biting on one of these pitches. Just, it was so good. Like, that movie in particular, but, like, I remember, like you do, driving in the car. Like, I was coming home from a curling event in October of 2009, and it was when the Brewers got their one and only win against Philly in the NLDS. And I remember hearing Bob call in the 7th inning a home run for Prince Fielder, and I was just so excited. And even though they were down 5-0, 5-1 after the home run, it still felt like we had a chance because Bob, the way he called it, was so genuine and so, like, he didn't get the sense that the Brewers were about to lose, even though that ended up being the case. They ended up losing 7-2 that game, and it was just such a cool feeling, and knowing that, like, one of these premier broadcasters, not just in Wisconsin, but in the whole country for every baseball team and probably all sports, was a Wisconsin guy through and through, and it's kind of chokes you up a little bit.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Minnesota, so I never really listened to Bob Uecker until I got to Wisconsin, or really Madison, in 2004. But I kind of look back now and feel pretty fortunate that part of my job responsibilities in radio when I first got here was board-opping Brewers games and playing the commercials, because I'd sit there for how many days a year and just push F9 or hit the play the commercials and I get to listen to Bob Uecker, and that was part of how they paid me to listen to Brewers baseball. So that was kind of my first taste of Bob, a lot later than obviously a lot of people in Wisconsin. But now as I look back at it, I'm like, man, it's pretty cool that I got to even board up a game, because nowadays it's all computers. It plays it for you. But so I'm pretty happy about that too when I look back at that.
Yeah, it's we're gonna miss him for sure. Everybody, you can see. I mean, Adam Sandler tweeted yesterday saying, "Rest in peace, Bob." You want to know the reach that man had.
Yeah.
Baseball fans in Waukesha and Brookfield, and then Adam Sandler and David Letterman, and all, like, it's just a legend.
Have you seen the updated pictures of the statue and what everybody's started putting out there? Just kind of a little shrine?
No, not since last night.
Okay, yeah, it's probably
There's a lot.
There's a lot more cans of Miller Lite out there now. Yeah,
excellent.
I'm waiting for someone to put a keg out there, but
Milwaukee Brewers baseball won't be the same without Bob Uecker. We're still going to miss him, and obviously, everyone in this industry, but of course, sports fans and really just fans of life everywhere, definitely going to miss Bob Uecker. By the way, also, if you're able, please help people affected by the California wildfires here in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and to help people recover those tragic wildfires going on out in Southern California. A lot of damage. You see the news all the time. If you can contribute any amount, it'd be appreciated. redcross.org/ESPN. Jesse Nelson, Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton, the voice of the Badgers volleyball, John Arias. We are at Sconnie Bar on Regent Street in downtown Madison. A special, expanded 2.5-hour edition. Matt Hamilton can work that long? Yeah, 2.5-hour edition tonight of Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, as we get set for the Love Madison Volleyball home opener. Not just any home opener, the inaugural home match for Love Madison Volleyball against Salt Lake tonight, 8 o'clock first serve. We encourage you to come out here to Sconnie Bar to help tailgate, have some fun as you get set for the big match tonight. They're also at home tomorrow night against Omaha, so tickets available for that match tomorrow night as well. And you know that's going to be a rivalry. Madison and Omaha getting together for volleyball. I mean, ring any bells? Maybe the wrong bells. I don't want to talk about that. But Love Madison Volleyball, Salt Lake tonight, 8 o'clock first serve. Tailgate party going on here at Sconnie Bar. Grab yourself a Coors Light or 2 or 3 as you get set for the exciting match tonight. Brand new professional league right here in downtown Madison. Love Madison Volleyball. First serve at 8 o'clock with Matt Hamilton doing the ceremonial first serve moments prior. Divisional round of the NFL playoffs is this weekend. I have a team I'm pulling for. How about you guys? We'll talk about it next in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Ball 4. All 8. Low, and Vaughn has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Celebrations Entertainment. Complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more. Go to celebrationsentertainment.com to get started today. And speaking of getting started, Love Madison Volleyball getting its Madison debut started later tonight. First serve is at 8 p.m. tonight from the UW Fieldhouse. You can watch that one on ESPN Plus and also catch Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton hitting the first serve, not throwing out the first serve in that one, but hitting the first serve. Will it be an ace or an error? Head over to Jim, Matt, and Molly on Twitter to vote in that poll question presented by Siding Unlimited. In other news, former Wisconsin defensive back Xavier Lucas, who signed a Rev Shield deal with the University of Wisconsin, is now transferring to Miami in a landmark legal action among the two schools. Read more from Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports, who's breaking the story today. Also, head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for all your Badgers news and coverage this offseason. Also, Brian Gutekunst spoke to the media at his end-of-season press conference yesterday, saying the team needs to have a sense of urgency to win championships next year. Head over to ESPN Wisconsin to read more.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
The thing about Jesse, as we all know, is Jesse's mostly about Jesse.
Yeah. Now, Jesse, here's my favorite part. Or not Jesse, Jason. My favorite part is that we beat Jesse Nelson.
So hang up right now.
Here's the thing. My hate is earned, not given.
You're like, what? What just happened?
Exactly. I was like, no way. How is this possible?
That's a mistake.
Who is this team?
I'm already tired, by the way. Just hearing all of this, I'm already tired and exhausted.
It was, it was
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison with Matt Hamilton alongside John Arias. Here's Jesse Nelson.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. No Jim Rutledge, no Molly Brown, but there is Matt Hamilton?
I'm a professional. What can I say?
What are the odds of that? And it's an extra long show nonetheless. Jim, Matt, and Molly is presented by Coors Light when the mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush. A Coors Light.
John Arias is here, too. Hey. Look at that. The voice of Badger Volleyball is with us at Sconnie Bar on Regent Street in downtown Madison as we get set for the Love Madison Volleyball inaugural home match against Salt Lake tonight. 8 o'clock first serve. Matt Hamilton has the honors of doing the ceremonial first serve. John just informed me during the commercial break, Caitlin Clark was at a different Pro League's inaugural match.
It was actually their second match.
It was the second.
Yeah.
So they had Caitlin Clark for their second match.
Yeah. I mean,
and they got you for our first match?
She's not even an Olympian.
Yeah, she didn't make the Olympic team.
You've been hanging on to that one, haven't you?
I mean, I'm two-time Olympian. Caitlin Clark didn't even make one team.
Fair. Very fair. That's a great comeback. I got nothing for that. So Love Madison Volleyball, inaugural home match tonight, 8 o'clock first serve. Matt Hamilton has the honors of going first to help get things started at the Fieldhouse. Come on out here to Sconnie Bar, enjoy a Coors Light or 2 or 3 as you get set for that first match tonight. Again, first time ever pro volleyball in
downtown Madison. Our very own team, Love Madison Volleyball, makes its debut tonight. Come celebrate with us here at Sconnie Bar. And Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. And that's just the start of an action-packed sports weekend. 5 amazing football games going on this weekend, guys. 2 divisional games on Saturday in the NFL playoffs, 2 more on Sunday, and then the college football playoff national championship game on Monday night, Notre Dame and Ohio State. Guys, I've taken a little flack this week.
Probably deserved.
You would think.
Yeah.
I don't think so this time.
Nah. We'll see. I'll be the judge of that.
So, they talked about me on a national ESPN radio show.
Maybe you should hit this opening serve.
That? Cool. I think I've got a case, actually. Yeah. I don't know if this is how I wanted to be talked about on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio. Our friend and UW-Madison alum Evan Cohen, along with Packers fan Michelle Smallman and Super Bowl champion Chris Canty. They talked about me the other day. Here is how it sounded on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio.
I was on yesterday with Wilde and Tausch on ESPN Wisconsin, and their producer, Jesse Nelson, who's also a huge Packers fan, is on board with you.
About the Lions?
He's now rooting for the Lions.
They're endearing. What can I
You've
say?
now gotten Packers fans to root for the Lions because of the story.
I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at a long-suffering fan base and being excited for them and the potential that they could finally get to the promised land after so many years of heartbreak.
I want to see the Detroit Lions reach, not win, reach the Super Bowl.
Well, hold up. Well, you want them to get there, but then lose?
Yeah, I want the Bills to win the Super Bowl. I agree with Jason Wilde from earlier. I want
what
the
if it's
Bills
not the Bills?
Well, then,
are you rooting for the Lions to win?
Well, then
if it's not the Bills?
I guess I don't want the Lions to be in the Super Bowl. I guess it depends on who the other team would be.
So it's the Ravens.
I'd probably want the Ravens to beat the Lions. Yeah, I'd want the Ravens to win the Super Bowl over the Lions.
You just basically want them to get there.
I want the Lions fans there's a few layers to this. And
you're not going to convince me.
Let me say, some of the feedback I've received over the last few days since sharing this take on Wilde and Tausch, very well-produced show, weekdays 9 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin. My brothers-in-law want to revoke any Packers games that I get to use the family season tickets to go to for the next 5 years.
Fair.
They want me to swim a lap with a life preserver around the lake up north at the cabin up north.
Fair.
No matter how cold the water may be. My wife says I should probably turn in some of my Packers gear for cheering for a division rival to reach the NFC champion or to reach the Super Bowl and win the NFC championship.
I agree.
Mark Tauscher says I'm a fraudulent Packers fan. I don't actually mean it when I say that I'm a Packers fan. That's very insulting. Lot of flack coming my way from a lot of people, and that's not even counting the YouTube commenters, who I affectionately refer to as the dwellers, or any of the texts that I haven't gone through on the carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Lists is more. It has not been easy being me for the last few days since this take was shared on Wilde and Tausch and on Unsportsmanlike when they talked about me. Here's what I will say about the Detroit Lions. They are not the biggest rival to the Green Bay Packers. They are currently the biggest competition to the Green Bay Packers, but the Vikings and the Bears are the Packers' rivals. The Lions have always been maybe not even a distant third in that, because the 49ers, the Cowboys, the Seahawks had a good run of it for a while.
The Battle of the Bays
Tampa
for a
Bay,
while.
yeah, when Mike Allstott and those guys were down there. Like the Lions have not been the biggest rival to the Green Bay Packers, and arguably outside of competition in the NFC North right now, might not even be one of the top half of the rivals in the NFC when you rattle off some of those teams that we just did. If the Lions were to reach the Super Bowl this year, there is no doubt that Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, if offered head coaching opportunities, would likely take them, as opposed to if they lose to the Commanders on Saturday night, you run we got unfinished business. We got to go back and win one with Dan Campbell in Detroit. I'm not done here yet. We don't want that. We don't want the Lions to continue to be. We want them to self-implode after getting to one. The Packers are out already. I'm not saying I wanted the Lions in instead of the Packers. Now that the Packers are out, there's a team we want to cheer for. The Commanders are a fun story, but I don't have really any heart in that. I went to Detroit a couple of years ago when they had that 3-13-1 season, when the Packers played them Week 18, and I sat next to and talked to sweaty guy named Kyle and his girlfriend, whose name I forget. It might have been Amanda. And I was talking to Kyle
about Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders, and I was just saying, that Barry Sanders kind of overrated career, and he's looking at me like I just slandered the name of all that's holy. The emotions that I know that fan base has felt for so long, being the doormat of football, for them to be in their golden age right now, I'm on board. It doesn't impact the Packers at all, and if it does, I think it actually would benefit the Packers for the Lions to reach, not win, the Super Bowl. My case has been stated.
I hate it. I hate it. They are, I don't care what you say. Sure, they're not the rival. They are in your division. You play them twice a year. That is a team that never gets my fandom, just like the Vikings, just like the Bears. To say that you want them to get to the Super Bowl and lose, I get that because it's kind of like, okay, like watch your division opponent get their heart torn out. But no, I don't want to give them that glimmer. I've seen Amon-Ra St. Brown on his podcast. They are awfully smug. I'm with Tauscher. This is not something that you can be like, oh, well, they were the lovable losers, and now they're pretty good, and it's a cool story. No. You play them twice a year, no matter what. And that is unacceptable to cheer for that team to make it to a Super Bowl. They can be the lovable losers for the rest of forever, as far as I'm concerned, because I do not want to see them in any Super Bowl.
You admit they're lovable.
They were when they were losing. Now I truly hate them. Because Tauscher's right. They might be the biggest competition in the NFC North for the Packers right now. And I hear your case that if Ben Johnson takes this team with Campbell to the Super Bowl, he's getting a head coaching job. He's getting one anyway. He could have got one last year. He said he had unfinished business. There is no guarantees in this business. There's no guarantee that if he goes back to Detroit that they are going to make the Super Bowl next year if they miss it this year. He is going to take his opportunity. He gave his team his chance to get there this year, and if they don't make it, he's still gone. So I'm not buying this unfinished business thing anymore. He had his 1 year to do it. He's not going to pass 2 seasons in a row on being a head coach.
So often, sorry, go ahead with the number.
844-770-3776 is the carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Less is more if you want to tee off on me. My name is Jesse Nelson. Matt Hamilton, Badgers volleyball play-by-play broadcaster John Audius joins us here on Jim, Matt, and Molly today, presented by Coors Light. John, as the resident Vikings fan,
right?
Your thoughts?
Well, I think so often in media, in sports media, we have to have black or white, this or that, blah, blah, blah. I think there's a shade of gray here with Jesse's rooting interests. Now, if you held me up to it and said, pick one, is this good or bad? Is Jesse crazy or not crazy? I would say don't root for the Lions. I would say overall, if I had to pick, Jesse, you're a little out there rooting for someone within your division to get to the biggest game of that sport. But I think there's shades of gray here because – like you said, this isn't the Vikings. This isn't the Bears. This is the Lions. So I'm trying to think from my perspective as a Vikings fan. Obviously, if the Packers get there, I'm not hoping that they win a championship. If the Bears get there, no way. If the Lions get there, there is kind of a spot, and maybe it's because my team has never won, that says, you know what, give them a chance. You know what I mean? Like,
and
let's see what happens.
that guy's team lost to them week 18 when they could have been the 1 seed if they would have won, and he's saying it's okay.
I'm just saying, like in the
he's wrong too.
Grand scheme of things, I can see where you're coming from, I guess is my point. I can see that the Lions are vastly different than the Bears or Vikings from a Packers perspective. So I can see how you might have a soft spot for the Lions and say, you know what, just let them have one, or just let's see what happens, let them get there, that type of thing. If, like I said, if you made me choose, I would probably not do that. Would you root? Here's my question to you. Mm-hmm. Would you root for the Vikings?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
So it comes down to kind of like
it depends. Well,
I have rooted for the Vikings, my friend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was one of.
He's a flip-flopper, so I don't really know if I can call him a true diehard Packer fan anyway.
I was one of those who jumped with Brett Favre in 2008.
You were? So did you go to the Jets?
I went to the Jets.
Oh my God!
I cheered for Favre the year of why would you even ponder passing? I had a Brett Favre Vikings jersey.
Do you still have it?
It's in my
childhood closet at my parents' house. I believe it is still hanging there. Yes,
sicken me.
My favorite
right
Vikings.
next to the Jets one.
Oh, I'm
He's my favorite
mortified
Vikings
right now.
quarterback of all time.
So yes, I guess that is part of the story. If you feel the need to disclose that,
Oh,
yes,
it's important
I did
that
jump.
you have flip-flopped.
That
in the
had everything to
past.
do with, again, over time I have learned that I was wrong at the time and that the Packers knew what they were doing. At the time, I was very offended that Ted Thompson and others involved would move on, as many were, by the way. I wasn't alone on this, that they would move on from Brett Favre as a NFC championship contending team that went to overtime, and had they not lost in overtime in a game that was like 30 degrees below zero, could have ran it right back and done it again with
Wasn't
the
that
Hall
pick?
of Fame quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, they
Exactly.
moved on because I thought it was smug ego that they wanted Rodgers to become the star. Turns out they knew what they were doing. So, my bad. They knew what they were doing. I admit that I was wrong in that, but that was what my line of thinking was at the time. I felt like my team was betrayed for the ego of the general manager, the late, great Ted Thompson, who obviously, as I've come to learn, was pretty much the furthest thing from having an ego as a general manager. So, all that said, yes, I did root for the Vikings. Would I root for them right now if they were still in the playoffs? Absolutely not. Have I ever rooted for the Chicago Bears? No, I almost said Cubs because I never rooted for them either. Any Chicago team. I can't stand them. The Lions are different.
I can see your point. I don't agree with you, overall, but you got to see his point, though.
Yeah, I can see his point, and then be like, "Wow, what a delusional take he's having." It sounds like a media guy. It's like, oh, it's a cool story. It's like, no, Jesse, this is not the time for you to be Mr. Producer, the cool story like that. Save that for Jason Wilde. You are a fan of a football team. Stick to your guns. Stick to your loyalty. Anybody in your division, I don't care how good or bad their season is. I want them out of the football season as soon as possible.
So he can root for somebody outside the division?
Yeah. If you have someone else personally, I'm, as much as I hate the trope that the AFC is better right now, which they kind of are, I'm going to pull for an AFC team.
Okay.
Because I can't handle the Eagles. Down on the Eagles. The Commanders is a cool story, but rookie quarterbacks don't get it done in the postseason. The Lions, I can't cheer for them because they're a division. Is the story cool? Sure. Are they still your division opponent that you play twice a year and you will have to hear it year in and year out for the rest of forever the way Packer fans do to everyone else? Trust me, as a Packer fan who likes to take credit for 4 Super Bowls, you better believe that I don't want the Lions to have one. I don't even want them to get a sniff of it.
But you'll always have the trump card as a Packers fan. You'll always just bust
Not
out.
until there's another.
13-time
One
world
is the
champion.
start of a roll, right?
I mean, it's going to take centuries for another team to get to 13.
Honestly, I'm kind of here for the Rams in the NFC.
I want Bills Lions, honestly.
I'm the only child here. I shouldn't be the one encouraging you to share your toys a little bit and let the Lions have a chance at winning one championship.
No.
Just one.
A chance at, not even win.
Don't win it. Just have a chance
This
to win
is their
it.
chance. They're here. I hope they lose the next game. And, great chance. You wasted it. You squandered it. Sorry you lost your DC. Sorry you're about to lose your OC. And let's move on to next season so we can just rattle off a couple wins against you and get this monkey off our back.
Bills Lions would be pretty cool, though. I mean,
Those two fan bases taking over New Orleans. Are you kidding?
That would be kind of cool just to sit
you
back
guys
and
sound
watch.
like media guys
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
844. Yeah, you
right.
believe me, you never sound like a media
I know.
guy.
I'm aware.
844-770-3776 is the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Call me crazy, support me, whatever you want to do. Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas supported me earlier today
Really?
on Wilde and Tausch.
He's a football player.
What he compared it to, he said the Brown as he played his entire career with the Cleveland Browns. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
He would never root for the Steelers. That would be their equivalent of cheering for the Bears.
Sure.
He would never root for the Ravens. That would be their equivalent of cheering for the Vikings. If the Bengals, a couple of years ago, reached the Super Bowl, he said, yeah, that's kind of a cool story. He is a Cleveland Browns legend, and he says the Bengals are not viewed the same as those other two division rivals. That's
And I
exactly
agree
what I'm
with
saying.
you. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to go out and cheer for them. I agree that they're viewed differently.
Are you saying that this makes Jesse less of a fan?
Am I fraudulent the way Tausch said
I don't
it?
know if fraudulent's the right word, but I would never put you in the diehard conversation anymore. You could never be a diehard.
What do you think a poll question would be, like percentage-wise? Is it okay to root for? Have you guys done this?
I asked the other day. Well, we asked the other day from the Wildy and Tausch Twitter feed. Is it in poor taste to cheer for the Lions? Okay. What I'd like to know, we haven't asked this yet.
How did the results? You're glossing the results.
65% said yes, it would be in poor taste, which means 1 out of 3 Packers fans says it's okay.
Well, no, 1 out of 3 listeners. You have fans all over. Matt, Wildy and Tausch have fans all over.
Radio professionals would recognize that we're due for a commercial break at this juncture, so I'm going to put it exactly.
Radio
professionals.
Stop
to this right now. 844-770. Actually, Primetime Willershine told me we needed to go to a commercial break, so that's what's going on here. 844-770-3776. We will continue the conversation. Also going to play Don't Quote Me coming up for divisional round of the NFL playoffs. You guys did that yesterday, right? You guys put.
We did some predictions, kind of like not really a Don't Quote Me, but we did some predictions.
Okay,
Don't Quote Me is bold.
We're going to go bold with our divisional round predictions coming up next. Get ready, John Audius. In the meantime, Jim Rutledge is here to tell you about Carbon World Health. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You've heard me talk about Carbon World Health and semaglutide and hormone optimization for a while now. What are you waiting for if you haven't checked it out? And if you have checked it out, congratulations to you. You're probably seeing the results. Sign up for the 6-week experience. See what Dr. Ness Rodriguez and the whole team at Carbon World Health has to offer, and see if semaglutide, the first FDA-approved weight loss treatment, game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment, is right for you. Or maybe it's hormone optimization. Maybe you're not having that same vigor in the day-to-day life that you've had. Maybe you're not gaining muscle like you used to. Hormone optimization could be right for you. Find out what is right for you in your fitness journey at Carbon World Health.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Do you want to have more fun watching the NFL playoffs? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Just download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least 2 players' projected stats. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5 and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
It's the 2024 model closeout sale at Zimbrick Chevrolet Sun Prairie. Save $11,500 on a 24 Blazer EVRS with 0.9% APR available. Save $2,000 on a 24 Colorado Crew Cab work truck. Save $54.56 on a 24 Silverado HD 2500 Crew Cab 4x4 with 3.9 APR available. Hurry, these closeout deals won't last for long. Visit Zimbrick Chevrolet Sun Prairie and ZimbrickChevrolet.com for details. Offers end January 31st.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Jacob Stern from St. Ambrose Academy in Madison. Welcome.
Thank you, Dennis.
You're a multiple sport athlete. Let me see here. Football, you did cross country for a year, basketball, and state track and field. What's your best sport?
I'm the best at track technically, but my favorite is basketball.
What do you like about basketball?
I think the main thing that I love about the game is that the way to win is by playing selflessly. At least from my position as point guard, it promotes letting other people do what they're best at, promotes hustle, hard work, things like that. It helps you to be a better person while also being really fun to play.
Life's busy, and Quick Trip gets it. Whether you're grabbing fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or a quick meal, Quick Trip is your go-to for quality and fast service. From clean restrooms to fresh groceries, easy meal options, and guaranteed fuel, we make your day easier. Plus, enjoy perks like free ATMs, free air for your tires, and sweet rewards with the Quick Rewards program. Everything you need in one stop, and always a friendly, see you next time, Quick Trip, where your day gets easier and better.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, live from Sconnie Bar. We get set for the Love Madison Volleyball home opener, the inaugural home match tonight, 8 o'clock first serve at the EW Fieldhouse. And get there a few minutes early because the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton is delivering the ceremonial first serve.
Acing the ceremonial first serve.
The fans may beg to differ on the Jim, Matt, and Molly Siding Unlimited poll question this afternoon. Ace or error for Matt Hamilton's inaugural ceremonial first serve tonight.
It's going to be an ace, man. You're going to. Yeah. I mean, you're comfortable with this with your rec league. You're going to. I think he's going to be
exactly. I might even try the jump. I'm getting more and more confident as we go. Every time everybody votes no that you're gonna error, yeah. I'm getting more confident that they are so wrong that I should just keep upping the ante.
How high is this toss going to be if you jump? Are we talking like
No, it'll be like just. I'll try and hit it at its apex.
Okay.
The president of the league, Rosie Spalding, joined us in the first hour of the show today. If you missed it, find the full show podcast, Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, wherever you get your podcast. And she said, you have to go all out with this. You have to do it overhand. You need, and she has all the confidence that you're going to deliver for that league. This is a huge moment in the first match ever played for this new pro league here in downtown Madison. They are trusting you to get this right tonight and to do it with a little flair and to strum up some excitement for that crowd that's already going to be raucous and ready to go, cheering on a brand new team. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, you're right. That is the goal, is not to mess it up.
Okay, so like usually with these first pitches, first serves or whatever, people, you're watching as a fan, it happens, you're like, like how can you get the crowd more riled up for a first serve? Like, is there anything you can do, or do you just want to go out there and just get the standard, you did it?
What if I go ahead and fake right-handed and then remember I'm doing it left-handed?
People know you're left-handed.
What do I balk one? I didn't have the toss right? Like I'm gonna do something important.
Could you get out there and then about to serve and be like, hold on, and then put your Olympic gold medal on?
I think they're going to introduce me as it, and they're going to have me pull it out early.
I like John's idea. I was actually going to ask you what you're going to do with the gold medal, because I feel like that only would play defense against you in this scenario. But you need to have it.
Yeah.
It's your thing.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like I said, it's a pretty heavy gold medal, so I don't really want it to fall out of my pocket on a true jump serve.
Sure.
Because that might dent the floor.
It's TerraFlex. It'll be fine.
Okay.
It'll be all right.
I also don't want to drop my medal.
That would be memorable.
It certainly would be memorable. So I think it's just going to be a classic overhand serve. I'm going to try and throw a little topspin on it, hoping that it gets in somewhere in play. We're going for ace, because if this many people, I don't know where the poll's at, but it's not good. Nobody has confidence in me.
Siding Unlimited poll question, ace or error for Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton delivering the ceremonial first serve for Love Madison Volleyball tonight.
70-30
Oh,
error.
my God.
70-30 for error.
What do the fans of this show think of you?
I'm an athlete. like this isn't my sport, but like I have hand-eye coordination. I played basically every sport you could in high school and middle school. I actually even helped out our women's volleyball team in McFarland my freshman year. I like set for them. Yeah, while they were doing practice, I would go and help out and set like once a week.
Okay,
so I'm familiar with volleyball.
If you went out there and had 10 serves, how many are in play and over?
And I'm and nobody's playing defense?
You're just out
10.
there. Yeah, okay.
10 for 10.
I really feel confident.
That's in an empty gym, not with it stands full. Like, obviously, that's going to add another element to it. But, like the only time I hit the net when I'm in league is after I've scored, 3 points. Our team scored 3. I might try and put a little more juice on it, and then you might put one in the net.
Primetime Wollersheim, the producer of this show, back in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. What is your level of confidence in Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton coming through on the ceremonial first serve tonight?
He'll do better than the proposed competition he was going to have with Devin Robinson about trying to block one of her shots.
Oh, no,
just
get one up. If she was going to spike it, and my options were block or a dig,
Oh.
And she said, out of 10, how many do you have? I said, probably 0, but I might be able to get one up.
Oh, my God.
How many broken fingers would he have if he tried that?
If I tried to block a lot, a dig, I would hope I wouldn't break a finger.
You might get a concussion on a dig, but
yeah.
I don't
Dealer's
think
choice on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless she accidentally hit one directly at my forearms, I don't think I'm getting one back.
Yeah, I mean, if you were trying to dig, wouldn't she have to direct it at you? Because if you're just out there, she could just hit it over there.
Yeah, she'd go corner to corner to corner, and just
you would never catch up.
I would never even have a shot.
No.
Prime, any tips for Matt doing this tonight?
You're asking me? Do I look like I play volleyball?
You know him as good as anybody. What do you suggest for your buddy here?
Honestly, I thought Jason Wilde had the best advice possible. Treat it like you're curling at the Olympics. Bring that demeanor, that mentality, and go light on the Coors Lights beforehand. That's honestly, that's all I can say.
So, I will go Coors Light.
Yeah. So
before this serve, I promise you, because there are some nerves I'm going to have to work out beforehand.
844-770-3776. Your advice for Matt Hamilton delivering the first ever ceremonial first serve ahead of Love Madison's opening match tonight in downtown Madison at the Fieldhouse, taking on Salt Lake, 8 o'clock.
I think the more interesting question, how would you do, Jesse?
Well,
so I saw your field goal attempt.
Yes, I had full confidence I would be able to hit at least a 20-yard field goal, not a 33-yard field goal. Like a 33, I knew I was probably pushing that.
That's an extra point, right?
Yeah, I thought I would get that close.
Really?
20 yards, I thought, piece of cake. I couldn't even get
background in soccer or something.
No, but when I was a kid, I would kick in the backyard and stuff. I know how to kick a football. Clearly not anymore. Not. Yeah. So
me and Molly thinks she could kick a longer field goal than me. So when she's back to full strength, this challenge is accepted and game on.
Molly, 7.5 months pregnant, was there filming me saying she could have done a better job kicking the field goal than I did in Titletown. So
she might have. She played soccer in high school.
She would know what she was doing probably a little bit better than I did.
Now, Jesse,
do I think I could get the ball over the net and do it? I could work the crowd and it wouldn't be the best serve you've ever seen. Do I think I could do it? Yes.
Out of 10, how many are you getting over? No one else in the gym.
Am I doing it full on serious?
Just overhand. Just you're trying to get it over.
Just trying to get it.
I could get all 10 serves over the net.
Overhand.
Yeah. It could be a lollipop and it goes over. It just lands. I'm not saying it's going to look good.
I think he's hitting one short. I think he's mistiming it and get a little finger.
I think you're going to get it wrong off the hand. Yeah. It's going to go into the net.
I give you 9 if you said 9, but I don't think you're getting all 10.
Can I ask, Jesse, Ryan, would it be any better than your horrible clock management today? As it is 5:40, by the way. We are 10 minutes into this segment, and it's been Don't Quote Me segment the entire time.
Oh, yeah. Weren't we supposed to do something?
Oh, sure were. Yeah. Thanks, Wooly. That's Primetime Wollersheim reminding me it's time for Don't Quote Me ahead of the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
We're not saying it's gonna happen.
Let it ride!
But if it does, then we want credit.
Say that again, because that is an amazing take.
I told you all.
If not, well...
Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said...
Yeah, guys, we were done with Don't Quote Me for the Packers season as they were eliminated in the wild card round last week. But figured we could keep it going for the rest of the football season at the very least. So we got the divisional round coming up. So, guys, Want to get your don't quote me long shot predictions for the divisional round games. That's the 4 games on Saturday and Sunday. That's Houston Texans Chiefs, that's Lions Commanders, that's Bills Ravens, and Eagles Rams. So you want to be long shot predictions. These are the predictions where, hey, if they don't happen, it's fine. You can't quote us on Tuesday when we come back and review these. But if we end up being right, we get to take all the credit. So, Jesse Nelson, you've been trying to take the credit all day today. Why don't I let you go first? What is your don't quote me prediction for the divisional round?
The Los Angeles Rams will beat the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend. And anyone like me that still has questions about Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson getting it done when it counts most in the playoffs will be validated. I think the Bills take care of the Ravens, and there's a lot of conversation Monday about whether Lamar Jackson is a playoff choker. As great as he is and as great of an MVP candidate as he plays in the regular season, I don't think the Ravens get it done in Buffalo, and I think the Buffalo defense presents a lot of problems for the Ravens the way that Lamar Jackson has struggled in the divisional round and beyond in years past. And I think Jalen Hurts, there will be some questions about his performance because he did not play well last week against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers and Jordan Love just played worse. And so the Eagles were able to advance. I think the Rams.
Clock management.
Sean McVay is a better coach than Sirianni. Stafford's a better quarterback than Hurts. Questions for those guys,
McCarthy.
And the Rams get the win.
All right. Jesse, first out of the gate, real quick. Jalen Hurts has made it to more Super Bowls than the Lions have. So let's just remember that. The choker.
For now.
The choker has made it to a Super Bowl. So tough.
He looked without those 2 coordinators that year.
Tough take. Mine, obviously, I'm going Derrick Henry again. He's my favorite player outside the Packers organization. His all-time best playoff rushing yards was 186 against the Steelers back in the day. I am going to say Derrick Henry has his best yardage that he's ever got in a playoff game, over 186, and he's going to have 2 touchdowns. Earlier this season, he had 199 rushing yards against the Bills. I'm confident he can do a similar game this week.
Could we both be right? Could he have a 200-yard game and they still lose?
No. Derrick Henry goes for 200 yards. The Ravens are winning.
The only way that's right is if Lamar throws like 3 picks.
Yeah.
He would have to have as bad of a game as you're saying he's going to have.
Which would make me look great.
That would validate your Lamar Jackson hater fandom.
Would.
John?
This is my third don't quote me. My first one was like a career high in touchdowns, I think, for Braden Locke. Yeah. My second one, I had like layers. I had like 3 first-half touchdowns for Jordan Love. They'd win by 10 points, like so many things. And Jesse, yours was like, the Bills win and the Ravens win.
Yeah. Right.
That's your don't quote me?
Well, that would be awful tough because they play each other, John.
Oh, wait.
So, the Rams win.
Sorry, the Rams.
The Rams win.
The Rams win.
And Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, big question marks.
I just didn't think that was very bold. So here's
Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it.
And I agree with you with the Rams. I'm going to say the Rams win, but the Rams will be the highest scoring team of the weekend. That's going against Philadelphia defense. This is very bold. Good luck with that happening, right? So Rams are the highest scoring team of the weekend. And another layer upon that in that game, Saquon Barkley, who ran for, 255 against them earlier this season, he's going to go over 175 in a loss. So not only do the Rams win, so they win, they score the most points of any playoff team this weekend, and they give up over 175 yards on the ground to Saquon Barkley.
It was bold, but I feel like if you have to say, this is bold, it's like, I don't know if that really
You know what I will say? Jesse's, yours wasn't bold at all.
That's what I'm saying. You're like,
the Rams are 6-point dogs this week.
You're just picking 2 winners.
Yeah.
This is the playoffs.
Yeah.
Get a layer.
2 guys who were
get a layer.
2 of the quarterbacks who were heavy favorites for the MVP candidacy in the regular season. I'm saying there's going to be big-time question marks about whether they can get it done in the playoffs after this weekend. 2 of them. And you're saying that's not bold enough.
Jesse, give us a Lamar Jackson stat line.
Lamar Jackson throws 2 interceptions against the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
There we go.
It's a little bit more bold. I appreciate that.
How about this?
Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson combined for 4 interceptions between the two of them.
Now we're
Whether
cooking.
it's 3-1, 2-2, is that okay?
That's okay. That's bold enough.
Now we're getting
cooking.
bold.
All right.
Jeez.
I like it.
You had to
Well
beg
done.
for it.
I need to
Redemption
watch
arc.
I'm told I need to watch my clock management.
Redemption arc for Jesse Nelson. But before your clock management takes us off the segment, Jesse Nelson, we have to hear from Florida Jim on what his prediction is from down
Jim's
there.
got one.
And I believe Deer Beach, Florida it is?
Florida Jim is back live from Deerfield Beach. You got a nice view out here. And my don't quote me prediction is that the Chiefs are going to win by more than 10 points. And Travis Kelce will have 2 touchdowns. What do you think, Noah?
That is the Chiefs rule.
Heard it here first, folks.
Wow.
Chiefs win.
That's a great cameo by Nola there.
That was.
It's winning by 10.
That was awesome.
They're a 9-point favorite.
I had them not covering.
They're 9-point favorite. He says they're going to win by 10. Like, that's covering the spread.
But he also predicted Kelce would have 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what kind of made it a tiny bold.
I actually agree with Jim. I think playoff Travis Kelce shows back up this weekend, and if this ends up being the last ride, this legendary run that these guys have had together, I don't think they're going to leave anything on the field. So
Well,
I agree.
Somebody disagrees with you, Jesse Nelson.
Uh-oh.
Molly Brown.
There's
also coming
another
in
one.
With
Oh,
her
wow.
hot don't quote me, guys. Take a listen.
What's up, guys? I don't even need to hear Jim Rutledge's prediction for this weekend because I know that it's going to be something to the effect of Chiefs win.
Chiefs win.
I'm actually going to go the opposite for my don't quote me and say that the Chiefs lose, and they lose in the same fashion that they've won so many games this season. They lose on the last play of the game to the Texans.
Wow. All right,
Talk
Molly
about bold.
wins. Molly wins.
That's pretty bold.
That is bold. Not only predicting a Chiefs loss, but that it happens on the last play of the game.
Yeah, like she even sets it up like this is how it's going to occur. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And she
That's
called
good.
out Jim Rutledge at the beginning, too.
Yeah,
Big
and she
fan.
nailed it. Like, she was right with her prediction of what Jim would say.
A+.
That's a show that knows itself right there. Nicely done. Thanks to Jim and Molly for being part of it, too. What do you think of your co-host performance there, Matt?
A+ for Molly. C. Solid C for Jim. Not that
you
bold.
can tell Rutledge that.
That is, don't quote me, ahead of the divisional round of the playoffs here this weekend. We're going to play a little Molly's game coming up next to cap our thoughts on the divisional round. Of course, plenty more still to come because we're with you till 6:30 tonight in a special expanded edition of Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light at Sconnie Bar as we get set for the Love Madison Volleyball opening match, the inaugural home match tonight, 8 o'clock first serve against Salt Lake. J&K Security Solutions, locally owned, family-run business that's been part of the Madison community for nearly 40 years. Jeffrey and the whole team at J&K care about making sure your home or business is safe and secure with services ranging from commercial fire detection to commercial security and surveillance. They are dedicated to keeping your business safe. Home services include security and home automation services using Control4. Keep your home and business up to date with our friends at J&K Security Solutions. Molly's game is next. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly with John, Matt, and Jesse, presented by Coors Light.
Savage.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Are you taking GLP-1 injections like semaglutides, but wondering how you can keep the weight off long term? Or maybe the weight just isn't coming off as quickly as you thought it would? If you weren't given a specific food plan to follow, you might be at risk of putting the weight back on once the injections end. At MadisonWeightLoss.com, our supervised nutrition plan could help support you and maximize your weight loss results now and empower you with the tools to keep the weight off long term once the injections end.
Hi, it's Jesse Nelson. Struggling to find a weight loss program that really works for you? I was until I found Madison Weight Loss. In 60 days, I was able to drop 40 pounds simply by changing my diet. Schedule a free consultation in person or virtual at MadisonWeightLoss.com.
At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we offer a proven approach to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day without exercising or prepackaged foods or counting calories. Plus, our strategies can help you keep the weight off long term. Don't wait. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule a free consultation. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Looking for the most popular answer. What's the worst thing about Wisconsin winters? Gina Della from Pella.
Finding a sitter when snow closes school.
It's the time of the year when we just want to be all warm and snuggly at home. And Pella helps make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside, with inviting doors to let friends and family in and beautiful energy-efficient windows to keep the cold out. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. When the mountains are blue, Matt Hamilton, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
No Jim Rutledge, no Molly Brown today. Jesse Nelson, Matt Hamilton, and the boys of Badger Volleyball. John Arias joins us at Sconnie Bar as we count down to first serve for Love Madison Volleyball. 8 o'clock tonight on ESPNU. But get on out to the field house and cheer it on. It's the inaugural home match for Love Madison Volleyball. They take on Salt Lake tonight, and then Omaha tomorrow night at 9 o'clock first serve tomorrow night. So a couple of home matches this weekend. Celebrate the newest professional sports team here in Madison, Love Madison Volleyball, tonight at 8 o'clock at the UW Fieldhouse.
And if you're a Badgers fan, I mean, think about what this is like. You get to have Lauren Carlini, a former Badger, return to the place where she thought she'd never play again. Sarah Franklin, last year, coming back again. Tammy Thomas-Ilara, another one. Claire Chaussee, she's from Sun Prairie. She played at Louisville. She's back in the area. She's probably dreamed about playing in the field house like this. It's really cool. I mean, no other sport, you can't get that. Like, you don't have an NBA team. It's not like Frank Kaminsky comes back and plays at the Kohl Center or something like that. So this is, like, really unique. I think it's just such a cool thing for the fans of Wisconsin athletics to be able to see these former players come back and play in a pro team, because you don't get that in any. No one's coming back to Camp Randall. You know, Russell Wilson's not coming back at Camp Randall to play, and that's what this is. That's the equivalent of all this.
It's really cool. Looking forward to seeing Love Madison in action tonight and tomorrow at the UW Fieldhouse. It is also divisional round weekend of the NFL playoffs, and let's dive a little further into what we think will happen in these games this weekend. Let's play Molly's game.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
Now, guys, Molly Brown is not hosting this segment per se anymore. She is still out with twins. on maternity leave, out with babies, as we like to say on the show. But she does send in the recordings of the lines and gambling props that we like to pick from each sports weekend. So for the divisional round, guys, we got Molly's game. And let's see what the first line in Molly's game is. Why don't you guys take a listen?
Tom Brady is calling the Commanders-Lions game on Saturday evening. So, in honor of him, I want to know, which team do you think gets more socks in that matchup?
More socks, guys.
Here I was thinking we were going to be like picking these games against the spread, and I'm like, I'm all over these games this weekend.
It's pretty creative with Molly's game. All right, so we already know Matt and Jim both gave their picks in Molly's game yesterday. So, Jesse, why don't you give yours first? What do you think? Who gets more sacks, Lions or Commanders?
The Commanders will have more socks than the Detroit Lions will. Commanders defense going to get to Jared Goff.
Okay. John?
I just watched that was the Rams against the Vikings, but I watched the Vikings and I'm going to go with the Lions is my point of what I'm trying to mumble through. I'm going to go with I got distracted because it's the anniversary of Gary Anderson missing a field goal.
That's a tough one for you. That is a tough one.
PTI, and I'm like, I remember where I was when that happened. I'll go Lions, by the way.
Ooh. John, with the Vikings O-line, it just all blends together at this point, huh? Whichever team you're going against.
Yeah, exactly. The last few weeks have been tough.
Yeah. Only time we get to talk trash about the Vikings anymore as Packers fans this season. But anyways, moving on to the next game, guys. Here's what Molly wants to know you guys are picking.
The Baltimore Ravens take on the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. I want to know, which team do you think scores the first touchdown of the game? Bonus points if you guess the correct player.
Ooh, John, what are you thinking? Who scores first, and do you have a pick for first player to score that touchdown?
Let's go with what I think would be pretty decent pick. I'm gonna go Ravens, Derrick Henry.
Smart man.
Smart man. You and Matt Hamilton.
Yeah. We'll go Ravens, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Josh Allen takes it himself.
Ooh,
I like it.
Okay.
I like a Josh Allen scramble on a broken play into the end zone for the first score of the game on the first drive, set the tone, because I think the Bills are going to crush Baltimore.
Ooh. This isn't a Molly's game line here, guys, but if you had to pick, who do you think gets more rushing touchdowns in the game, Lamar or Josh Allen? Jesse, I think I know your answer.
Well, I mean, if you're playing the percentages, you're going to say Lamar. Just like that's.
I thought he was going to have a god-awful game.
It's bold to say Josh Allen, and I'll say it. Josh Allen could get 2, and I think the Bills' defense is going to present the Ravens problems, and so I'm going to say Lamar gets 1. So, yeah, sure, give me Josh Allen.
John, Matt, what do you guys think?
I'll go Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. Is that the question?
More rushing touchdowns. Who do you
think?
More
rushing? Yeah. Lamar. I'll go Lamar.
Yeah.
It's easy.
For my prediction continuity, I think I got to go with Josh Allen because Derrick Henry's going to be toting the rock.
Yeah. You're really invested in Derrick Henry this weekend.
He really wants to get this one right.
I'm trying to will it to happen.
You are highly leveraged, a man who's never listened to Warren Buffett when it comes to investing. All right, final one here, guys. Outside of the NFL divisional round, we also got the College Football National Championship. Let's hear what Molly Brown wants you to pick in that game.
Last one here, guys. The College Football Playoff National Championship is on Monday. Ohio State is favored by 9.5 points. Do you think Notre Dame covers?
Jesse Nelson, what do you think?
Yes.
Whoa.
Because I want it to happen.
Yeah, okay.
I do not want, for as great as this college football season was outside of us being Badgers fans, I do not want Ohio State to win a runaway national championship and have Notre Dame embarrassed in the final game of the year again. Give me those semifinal games were so good. A lot of the quarterfinal games were pretty interesting. Give me a thriller Monday night in the national championship. We got 2 Midwest teams going at it. No SEC team, no West Coast. This is
one team that doesn't even have a conference.
Let's play some good old-fashioned college football down to the wire. 2 passionate fan bases. Just keep it close, Notre Dame, please.
Please, indeed. John?
I mean, unlike the what was the one we bid bold predictions? Don't quote me. Sorry, I had the wrong segment, guys. I'm new here. Unlike Don't Quote Me, which is supposed to be bold, I'm trying to win these, right? Yeah. So I'm going to, unfortunately, I don't want either team to win. Can they just not have a national champion? I don't want Notre Dame to win.
Me neither.
God knows I don't want Ohio State to win. But I guess I'll pick Ohio State to cover. Is that how I say it?
Cover.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with that.
So you're predicting that they win by more than 9
Yes.
points. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I'm with Jesse. I really hope it's not a runaway. I want an entertaining college football.
That's all we want.
Texas gave them the blueprint. They were right there with a chance to tie the game.
Oh, not even Texas. Michigan. Michigan doesn't have a quarterback, and they beat Ohio State.
Yeah. Like, Ohio State ran away with it against Tennessee and Oregon, but they have played some tight ones. Like, Nebraska played them down to the wire early in the season. And I know they've been a different team since then, but gosh, I hope Notre Dame keeps it close. That is Molly's game this week on Jim, Matt, and Molly. It's presented by Coors Light. Jesse Nelson, John Audius, and the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton. Usually we'd be saying, okay, time for the show to end. Not tonight. We're on till 6:30. Taking you up to Bucks pregame. Bucks Raptors at 6:30 as we continue the party, getting set for Love Madison Volleyball's opening match coming up at the Fieldhouse. 8 o'clock first serve with Matt Hamilton delivering the ceremonial first serve prior to the start of the match. Pole dancing is coming up next. Before we exit this hour, of course, it is time for Molly Brown to tell us all about Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Don't go anywhere. The extra time of Jim, Matt, and Molly starts in just a couple of minutes.
Molly Brown here for Potawatomi. Hey, all you sports bettors, if you aren't making your wagers at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you're missing out on an elite experience. The state-of-the-art venue has dozens of self-service betting kiosks, seating for over 200 people, a first-class bar and restaurant, VIP deck, and a broadcast booth, which we're big fans of. In a major move for all sports bettors out there, you can now use your Potawatomi rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. If that isn't enough for you, there's a giant video wall that's over 2,000 square feet. And if you're short on time, they have free 20-minute reserved structure parking. Bet on your favorite sports and earn rewards points along the way. Now that's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook.
Outside In. That's what we call our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. All the cool stuff you want outside in your yard displayed inside. Patios, decks, pavers, and an automated pergola, fire pit, outdoor kitchen, a putting green, and in-ground pool. Even a converting 3-season room that's either outside or inside. We are Outdoor Living Unlimited. Your outdoor living potential awaits you at our Outside In showroom, 2018 South Stoughton Road. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Sports Center updates on 100.5 ESPN are brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison. Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's gonna swing on
right.
Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me. I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
The thing about Jesse, as we all know, is Jesse's mostly about Jesse.
Yeah. Now, Jesse, here's my favorite part. Or not Jesse, Jason. My favorite part is that we beat Jesse Nelson.
So hang up right now.
Here's the thing. My hate is earned, not given.
You're like, what? What just happened?
Exactly. I was like, no way. How is this possible?
That's a mistake.
Who is this team?
I'm already tired, by the way. Just hearing all of this, I'm already tired and exhausted.
It was, it was
broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison with Matt Hamilton alongside John Audius. Here's Jesse Nelson.
The fifth set. Extra points. Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Live from Sconnie Bar on Regent Street, downtown Madison. As we count down inside of 2 hours to go now from Matt Hamilton's ceremonial first serve. Oh, yeah.
I'm nervous.
And there's a brand new professional sports team making its home debut tonight. Almost forgot.
Yeah.
Love Madison Volleyball takes on Salt Lake tonight, 8 o'clock first serve. Matt Hamilton is delivering the ceremonial first serve at the UW Fieldhouse. The fans are rolling in. A lot happening in downtown Madison tonight. Several of the fans coming by Sconnie Bar, getting set to head over to the Fieldhouse and enjoy the first ever home match tonight for Love Madison Volleyball. No Jim Rutledge, no Molly Brown today. Jesse Nelson, John Arias, cousin subs of the day, along with the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton. We didn't know if you had the full volleyball expertise to talk about this today, Matt, so we called John to make sure he was here.
Good move. Good move.
He's all right, John, if you want to go. I think we're good to the finish here, but
I've got a question for you guys. Over under Sarah Franklin kills tonight.
Ooh.
Let's put them now. Obviously, you can
volleyball is so hard with this.
You can go 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets. We can maybe do most kills in a set if that's a better way of doing this. I don't know. I've never bet volleyball. Over under Sarah Franklin kills. I think she had 7 in the first match. 9.5.
Home crowd.
Over.
I like that.
You can't even make really the argument like she's a rookie. Like, yeah, she just came out of college, but like everybody's new to the team, so
Yeah.
it's like, it could be anything.
Yeah.
I'll say over. I think she puts on I think she and Lauren Carlini put on a show for the home crowd tonight.
33.5 assists. Over under Lauren Carlini.
Oh, over. Take the over. Yeah,
Okay,
I think
if you go 4 sets. You're probably
I think we
really
go
going
4.
over.
I think I don't think this is a 3-set sweep tonight.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's what I say on that. So let us know how that all goes, and we'll be watching on ESPNU. If you can't make it over to the Fieldhouse, we hope you can. Tickets still available. Come on out. Love Madison Volleyball. Inaugural match tonight against Salt Lake. Also tomorrow night, as the first serve weekend continues, they host Omaha tomorrow night. You know that's going to be a budding rivalry in this league.
Oh, for sure.
The Wisconsin-Nebraska volleyball connection continues. Madison and Omaha in Love Madison or Love Volleyball tomorrow night. 9 o'clock first serve tomorrow night, also nationally televised. Divisional weekend for the NFL playoffs, college football playoff national championship on Monday night. A lot of fun things to talk about. Of course, the Green Bay Packers eliminated last week. Brian Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur having all their season-ending press conferences. So much going on. Let's see what all the other shows we're talking about. And then we'll talk about what they were talking about. It's what we call pole dancing.
We asked and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, it's a Phish Friday, and that means we got to end with some pole dancing here on Jim, Matt, and Molly. They make me say this voice every week, and I hate it every week. Now, guys.
This is like extra Jim, Matt, and Molly after dark, too. Because we
only get this one on ESPNU, too, by the way.
It's in your contract to do it that way, Ryan, so keep it up.
I know. All right, guys. I don't want to let Jesse Nelson off the hook quite yet. Let's revisit, guys. On Wilde and Tausch one day ago, they asked, is it IPT in poor taste for Packers fans like Jesse Nelson and Michelle Smallman to cheer for the Lions to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl now that Green Bay has been eliminated? In case you guys forgot, 64% of fans said IPT in poor taste, 36% saying fine to cheer on the Lions. Guys, what do we think of those final results? Are they too lopsided? Should they be more lopsided?
Yes, it should have been stronger in poor taste. Any Packers fan worth their weight in salt knows that you can't cheer for a divisional opponent. I don't care if they are the lovable losers, Lions, that have beaten us plenty lately. Terrible take by Jesse.
Indeed.
I said it earlier, if I had to choose, and you're only giving me 2 choices, I would probably vote in poor taste. But at the same time, at the same time, I understand where he's coming from. I get it. But I would have to say, if you're forcing me to choose either or, I would say overall probably stay away from rooting for your rivals.
Well, Jesse Nelson, personal poll question here. Dave in Deerfield on the private talking text line asking, Jesse, did you cheer for the Cubs in 2016 to win the World Series too?
I'm offended by that notion.
What? They haven't been there for so long.
It's actually
totally different. totally
They were
different.
cursed
The
by a
Chicago
goat.
Cubs, the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals are the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears.
Be like the Pirates or
equivalent.
something.
Yes,
Maybe.
the Pittsburgh Pirates are the equivalent of the Detroit Lions, not the Chicago Cubs. There is no sports team I hate more than the Chicago Cubs. I will never cheer for the Chicago Cubs. Even if it's like, and we've been in this situation, it's a clinching situation for the Brewers to cheer for the Cubs. Won't do it.
Fair enough.
Hate them.
All right, guys. Well, we'll move off with Jesse Nelson and on to a take from Mark Tauscher this week on Wilde and Tausch. Now, everyone knows that Tauscher wants Devontae back in Green Bay. So Jen, Gabe, and Chewy one day ago asked, do you think Davante Adams is a realistic option for Brian Gutekunst and the Green Bay Packers this offseason? 56% said no, 44% said yes. Matt Hamilton, you're the green and gold homer. What do you say?
I like Davante Adams a lot, but he's too old for the team that Goody's been putting together. How many 30-plus? I think it's McManus on the Packers right now.
Yeah.
And that might be it. So, Davante, you ain't going to fit with all these kids. You can go to the Raiders with Aaron Rodgers or back to the Raiders or maybe the Titans with Aaron Rodgers, but
what about
Green
the
Bay
Steelers?
ain't it. Or the Steelers, yeah.
So, I actually like the idea.
Why?
The Packers desperately need a number one wide receiver. I haven't gotten to share my opinion on that matter yet, but clearly what they have a lot of good. They don't have game changers. Devontae recognizes he made a mistake wanting out of Green Bay and pursuing another opportunity after Aaron Rodgers was done. The Packers recognize they made a mistake in allowing that to happen because they should have kept him with Jordan Love and the team would be a better situation. It's only been a couple of years. Let's right that wrong. I'm Team Tausch. Let's bring Devontae back. There's a wheelhouse here to win a title in a couple of years. Brian Gutekunst just talked about the urgency to win. Who has that better than a proven veteran who is still on the back end of his prime in Davante Adams?
A 32-year-old wide receiver is the answer.
He's that good. He's got another year or two in him. He could be a difference maker.
How much would that cost, by the way? I don't understand.
I bet there's a bit of a hometown discount that could go involved. It would come down to the money. But Devontae knows he's not going to get the same money he got last time. He knows it. That guy needs a ring. He knows that's what his pursuit in his career right now is to get a championship ring.
Pause. If he wanted to do that, do you think he should go play for the Lions next year?
There you go. That's a good idea.
They have their star in Amon-Ra St. Brown.
They need a number 2 wide receiver. They don't really
the
have
Packers
one.
need a number 1. Devontae can still be a 1 here, so better opportunity for him.
All right. John, what do you think? Is it
I'm
realistic?
saying no. Too old. Probably costs too much. Although you probably, like you said, would get a discount. But no, I don't know. I don't think it doesn't seem like that's the answer.
Yeah, he should just stick with Taco Bell wherever he's at. All right, guys. Next one I want to ask a much more important question now from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. On Wednesday, they just plain out asked, do chocolate chips ruin banana bread? Jesse Nelson, what do you say?
I consider myself an expert in the culinary dessert arts, and I would say no. Chocolate chips don't really ruin anything.
John, Arias?
Banana bread especially.
100% they ruin banana bread. I dislike when I see chocolate chips in banana bread. Part of me gets upset. I'm like, why are we even... I'm not here for the chocolate chips. I'm here for the bananas in the bread. That's what I'm here for.
That's like a true Viking take. Let me guess. It's hot dish, too.
Who has ever complained about surprise chocolate chips showing up in anything?
It makes me mad.
If there is not chocolate chips in my banana bread, you can keep your stinky bread.
Wow. Stinky bread.
Banana bread is incredibly overrated.
No,
until there's chocolate chips.
And I like banana bread.
No.
My wife makes a delightful banana bread. Would it be better with chocolate chips in it? Yes, it
100%.
Well, if you need coffee with your dessert to make sure it's good, that's part of the problem.
You might have completely redeemed your Lions take with your chocolate chips and banana bread take.
Thank you, Matt.
What were the percentages on this poll?
73% said no, chocolate chips do not ruin banana bread. 27% agreed with you, John.
I can't believe
27% of people are wrong.
Yeah. The only argument I see is if you're trying to say that the chocolate chips ruin it because people think banana bread might be kind of healthy because banana bread. But I think people don't realize that the banana bread's probably just as unhealthy as whether chocolate chips are in it or not.
Yeah, because eating rotten bananas is a healthy alternative.
As long as you bake them, it's fine.
All right, second poll question. This is based off of the Mind of Primetime Willershon. Do chocolate chips ruin oatmeal raisin cookies?
They're not oatmeal raisin cookies if there's chocolate chips in them.
Really?
No.
They're oatmeal chocolate chip raisin cookies.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different animal at that point.
But if I was ever to complain about a cookie, it would be the oatmeal raisin cookie. So if you were to find surprise chocolate chips in an oatmeal raisin cookie, would it be better? The answer is yes.
I think cookies are different, right? Like, I think you can sneak chocolate chips into cookie, and it's more acceptable than in bread. Can we get the raisins out? I don't want raisins in my oatmeal. I just want oatmeal cookies.
I've come around to oatmeal raisin
This is
cookies.
like going to like a ranch expecting to ride a horse and then riding a zebra. It's a totally different thing. Chocolate chips in oatmeal raisin cookies take away everything that oatmeal raisin. Yeah, it's not the same cookie anymore.
Now you got a totally different zebra.
Yeah, it's a zebra now. It's not a horse. Gosh, that
makes sense. I get it.
Ryan, as much as I like when you rip off the cuff, that was rough.
What? I was just asking. I wasn't trying to.
You've offended me with that because I like an oatmeal raisin cookie, and I am offended.
Well, that was my other question then. Are you guys pro oatmeal raisin cookie in
Yes.
general?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't choose it over a chocolate chip, but it's a good cookie.
See, I would.
I would too, and I'd pick the raisins out because they're disgusting.
Would you pick the chocolate chips out of the chocolate chip cookie and put them on your oatmeal cookie at that point?
It's easier to pick out raisins than chocolate chips.
Yeah, fair.
Well established. John Audius very anti-raisin from this round of pole dancing. I am with Matt Hamilton on the oatmeal raisin cookie. It's not better than a chocolate chip cookie or most cookies, but it's still good because it's a cookie.
Exactly.
So I'll have it. Yeah.
Is there
That's
such
pole
a thing as a
dancing.
bad cookie?
No. Well, yes. Those really bad, easy to make like sugar cookies that you get around the holidays when they're a little overbaked and they're like
they have the like shiny sprinkles on them.
Yeah, they got those shiny. Those are not.
But still, they're not bad. They're just not good.
Yeah.
I like
They're
those.
still they're still fine.
I don't think there are bad cookies.
In a pinch for dessert, that is a perfectly acceptable dessert.
You think banana bread's better without chocolate chips?
It is 100%.
That's a tough take there, John. I felt like I've gotten to know you today pretty well, and that's a rough one. It's going to be tough to get over that.
Learning a lot about each other here in the 6 o'clock hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly, the fifth set.
Yes.
So we get set for the Love Madison Volleyball home opener tonight at 8 o'clock at the Fieldhouse. Jesse Nelson, John Audius with the Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light. Pole dancing's brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentages in the area. One of our favorite things about Ho Chunk Gaming Madison on the weekends, they are open until 2 a.m. Monday morning, starting right now. Anytime you want. You go to the Love Madison volleyball match tomorrow night, 9 o'clock first serve. Yeah, it's a little late. They go 5 sets. It's going to be midnight when you get out of there. I don't know. Is Ho Chunk open? Sure is. Head on over. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. Our final thoughts as Matt Hamilton gets ready to deliver the first ceremonial first serve in Love Madison volleyball history. Straight ahead on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Do you have a student in grades 6 through 8th ready to babysit? Stoughton Health's Safe Sitter course is Saturday, January 18th from 9 a.m. to 2:45 p.m. at Stoughton Hospital. The Safe Sitter course teaches students life-saving skills, understanding how to handle emergencies and treat injuries, from watching younger siblings to babysitting to just being home alone. Give your students these valuable skills. Class fee is $50. Financial assistance is available. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to register, then click on Classes and Events.
This is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio. I'm reaching out with a message that's close to my heart. Devastating fires have ravaged the Los Angeles area, leaving families displaced, homes destroyed, and the community in need of help. Right now, you have the power to make a real difference. Your donation, big or small, can provide food, shelter, supplies, and much-needed support for those affected by the fires. If you are able to, please help those affected by the California wildfires and donate at www.lafoodbank.org/fire.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Start your year off right with incredible new deals at Metro Kia of Madison. It's a new year, and we've got 211 brand new vehicles waiting for you. Drive home a 2025 Kia Sportage with 1.9% APR financing for 60 months, $17.48 per thousand borrowed. And don't forget, qualified buyers get 2 years, no charge maintenance, and 90 days deferred payments on new vehicles. But hurry, these new offers end February 3rd. Reserve your ride at MetroKiaMadison.com and stop in to Metro Kia today.
There's no safer place to feel dumb than Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I would love to play court on Mr. Irrelevant.
What do you mean play court? You want a mock trial?
Yeah, mock trial. Yeah.
Who's on trial for what?
Me.
For being a dumbass?
Yeah, right.
Well, guilty. I solved it.
Yeah. Just start playing back old shows.
The evidence is monumentous.
Mr. Irrelevant, live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
They dance above me as I sing. I see them through a crystal haze and hear their sweet sound bouncing round the never-ending choral maze. The crystal haze and hear the bouncing.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. When the mountains are blue, you know what to do, Matt Hamilton.
And that's crush a Coors Light. I'm gonna have to crush Coors Light before the serve, I think.
The president of the Love Volleyball Pro League was on this show about 2 hours ago, and she said, do this well. No one else has ever failed. Jason Wilde then joined, and his pep talk was, don't have too many Coors Lights before you go.
Too many.
Ryan Wollersheim's pep talk for you. Maybe watch the Coors Lights before you go. You've got a theme here of all these people advising you, don't have too many Coors Lights before you do the serve.
Here's the thing, Jesse. Like I said, I play recreational volleyball, and the thing is, you practice how you play. And if this is my game and all my rec experience is practice, I've got a couple Coors Lights in me, and that's where I might find my power and my zen. And that's what I think I've got to do.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Is that 40-ounce water bottle full of Coors Light, Matt?
I don't know, but it should be. It should be. No, currently it's just ice water, but there may or may not be a Coors Light off to the side that I've been nursing.
Hopefully you got that in your veins, too, during that first serve, right?
The ice water or the Coors Light? What's the difference? Coors Light's ice cold like the Rockies, baby.
Yeah, nice. Nailed it.
I think he makes a decent point that you practice how you play, or you play. Or what's the saying?
Practice how you play.
Yeah, practice how you play.
Hey, you don't want to change your routine, I suppose.
Yeah,
exactly. If I'm 2 beers in for the opening serve of my rec league on Thursday, I should probably be 2 beers in for this opening serve.
I think he's got a point.
That's just math.
By the way, John Audie is the voice of Badger Volleyball, is the third member of our panel here. I'm Jesse Delson. Jim and Molly are not here today. We are with you until just a couple more minutes now. Bucks and Toronto Raptors coming up tonight here. Pre-game coverage starts at the bottom of the hour. So again, super exciting day if you're a Madison sports fan. There is a brand new professional team that plays its first home match ever here tonight at the Fieldhouse. John, as someone who has called Badger volleyball for a long time, and you've done it as good as anybody in the country, if you ask me, what does it mean to you to see this league taking flight here tonight?
I think it's like I was saying earlier. This is such a unique opportunity for fans in the area because you don't get this with any other sport. You don't have any other, number one, pro sports teams, obviously, in Madison. And if you did, this is the equivalent of bringing back some superstars from, like, I see a Frank Kaminsky jersey over here. It's like bringing back Frank Kaminsky or Sam Decker and playing a game at the Kohl Center in a pro environment. And you just don't get that. And that's what's happening with Love. And I love the way, no pun intended, that they're doing it too, building it up through the club system as well. This is a really cool thing, and I think Love really has the talent of all the leagues currently underway right now for volleyball, and I think it's going to be just really fun for Badger fans to continue on their fandom for the sport of volleyball while also supporting former Wisconsin Badgers and, bringing in a Minnesota Gopher, a Louisville Cardinal, and so forth. Yeah.
Matt Hamilton, your last thoughts before delivering the inaugural first serve.
I mean, I'm stoked for the idea that there's a professional team here, and I'm crazy nervous that they asked me to do the very first one in the history of inaugural opening serves for LOVB.
I guess it is actually the history of inaugural opening serves. That's what the president said earlier.
It's nerve-wracking, but I am stoked to have the opportunity, and I'm really excited for everything to come with Madison Volleyball.
Thanks to Sconnie Bar. Thanks to everybody that's been part of the show today. Good luck, Matt. We'll be following on the ESPN Madison social platforms to see how it goes. Love Madison, first ever home match at the Fieldhouse tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPNU. Get your tickets. Come on out and see them. Love Madison Volleyball. Thanks for joining us. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service,